And I think we're live.
Yeah, we are live.
Okay, good. God damn. Welcome to another episode of Every Tenday where a dad plays D&D with his kids.
Yalla!
Hello.
Now we're in a slightly different environment because as we close out this campaign that has spanned well over 3.5 years, we're moving. We're moving locations. So when we start campaign 2 shortly, just after the summer break, we're going to be somewhere new. We're going to have better technology. We're going to have a better environment for doing this. So we're really excited about it. This is the first of 2 final epilogue sessions now that the task is done. So with that in mind, let's have a little recap of what's happened and where we're at and where you find yourself now. The polished, dark ebony wood of your ritual chamber, high at the top of the new tower that you had built several years ago, feels cool and comforting against your skin. Just moments before, you came crashing back to this time. It is 286, Kurth Reckoning. Have you been successful in your task? You have no idea. Because for right now, both of you know nothing but exhaustion beyond anything you've experienced before. Tiredness and a pain that racks your entire being due to the incredible strain put upon you by being catapulted back through the corridors of time. This time not by a spell, an old forbidden spell. No, this time due to the properties imbued to you by the Time Stone. A gift, a mote of possibility to send yourself back to your time given to you by Mistrider at the very top of the Ninja Mountain some months ago. Elshai, could you do me a quick favour? Could you just run and grab the coin? It's just behind the mimic. Thanks. Because we're going to determine certain things through a flip of a coin. A classic 1d2. Maybe the first dice. So here you lie now on the floor, racked with pain, having recently dismissed Deli, who came knocking feverishly at the door, alerted by the noise and the tumbling as you two, and with a blinding flash of light, find yourself just dumped back into your time. Off of you, clinging to you like mist clings in the early morning to the grasses, is this weird arcane smoke. Just sizzles off of your skin and apparates in this weird ozone smell. At least you have the familiarity of your tower. Welcome back, brave, epic heroes, to 286. You came here, forgive me, because as you travelled back to Nevermelt, you arrived to it quickly crumbling, quickly being sucked into a vast, pitch black maelstrom that seemed to be collapsing in on itself, much the way a neutron star is born from a sun. Such was happening on a micro scale, right within the deepest ritual chamber of Nevermelt. And then you're already sapped by the...
I died, like,
Yeah,
straight out.
totally. Already sapped of energy from the vast strain put to you through travelling through time. You used what little energy you had left, remaining energy, to teleport yourselves back to the tower in safety. At which point you were revived.
I think one of the magisters revived me a bit.
Armand
Yeah,
came
yeah.
over and revived you. So your last memory of leaving Nevermelt was of this enormous, miles long catacomb of all the deepest, best held knowledge, not just of Aeon, but of Wanderer. Sinking, collapsing, sinking deep into the earth, falling in on itself, imploding, and out of the cracks in the walls, rubies in their thousands tumbling through, ding, 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 and Arman, with something of a disdainful look on his face, reviving you, and then in great misery looking around, you noticed not a little disdain upon his face as you vanished. So here you are. Biologically aged, if not aged in years, the simple stress of the travel and the transport through the years taking a heavy toll on both of you. Using your magic to convert your appearance to yourself, but a younger self. Seems to be a bright day in Curfton. 286. What would you like to do?
Well, first of all, are we naked?
Let's sort this out. So, what were you wearing?
I think I was wearing chainmail armor.
I don't think you were, because you were at a party. Don't
Oh
forget.
yeah,
So
I
you
was
were at a
wearing my
party
dress.
clothes.
Yeah, the
Well, let's see whether the clothes survive. Dragon, what? Dragon, yes.
Uh-huh.
Cross, no.
Like, top hat, please.
You're naked.
Okay.
You're naked. Is there any other items that you would like to check on that you had with you?
Yes. I had my Wand of the War Mage and my Ring of Protection.
What's that?
Wand of the War Mage and Ring of Protection.
Okay. Both seem to have survived the journey.
Okay, very nice. And my staff is still here because
Oh,
it's
of course.
part of my body.
Yes, of course.
Where did I put
My
it?
4,000 gold pieces.
Gone.
I had the. I wouldn't have had it on me because I had a dress on. I was gonna say white dragon mask, but I didn't have it.
Where did you put it then?
Can't remember. Hang on.
Okay, you did not make the journey back.
Okay.
It's somewhere
It's somewhere. Hang on.
in time.
Where did we leave all our stuff when we got changed for the party?
I remember you went to the location of Celeste.
Yeah.
Was that before
We put it
or after
in.
the
No,
party?
we put it in
Put it in
the.
the mansion. We put it in the mansion. That's it.
Which mansion?
Magnificent mansion.
We put everything.
The White
in
Dragon.
there.
You put everything in there.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that.
All right.
Except the stuff that I have.
Well, then we'll say, for realism and brevity, that you are naked as you arrived back in the past, back in the present, and you hope everything that you have is in the mansion.
I could go grab some clothes.
I'll go down to my room.
Okay.
Get some
You
clothes.
go to your chambers, walking down. You go to your chambers, you put on some basic clothing. We'll say you put on your low-level robes, the original illustration.
Low level.
I think actually my simulacrum is wearing those.
But is he gone?
Where is he? He should be here in the tower, or in.
He is not here.
Okay, I'll just put on some ropes or whatever.
Okay. You both get kitted out in what could best be described as your sort of 9th level gear.
Then we'll go downstairs, I guess, see Deli.
Alright. As you put on your clothes, your black jacket, you got the hand, your glasses are just on the side there, your purple glasses, and you pop those on.
Oh, it feels so good to see everything in purple.
You have a set of your original training armour, your half plate. Been well polished by Jack. Unmagical, unenchanted, very normal, but so comforting as you click it all on and into place. Take a moment as you look in the polished mirrors in your chambers. You see lines in your face.
I'll put my hair up.
You seem to be a young Elowin. Are you the Elowin who has that touch of undeath?
Yeah.
Visibly?
Yeah.
Still very pale. Red eyes, behind purple glasses, white hair. And the two of you, after some time, basins of water have recently been put in both your chambers. You can hear the scurrying downstairs as Jack and Deli unexpectedly hopping into action to try and serve you. His lordship's back. Must get things ready, Jack. You know how he likes his things.
Do
Basins of water you manage to splash, wash, and fresh towels are put out for you to cleanse yourself. If not fully, at least satisfactorily. The day, well, let's just get you oriented to when it is. Okay. Almost a year has gone by since you first left Curthton to catch up with your parents. 286 began with that. On something like the 10th day of 286, you journeyed to meet your parents, and at the end of that first month of this year was the fight night in the city of Shah. With the second month coming around, you performed your heist upon the vault, and not long after that, Eldor was destroyed completely, and with it, his hold on that portion of the shard of Yueshnik that he had stolen hundreds of years prior to build the immense city of Shah. That was 8 months ago. And now we find ourselves something, well, you're not sure, but with your recollection of time and your keen mind, you find yourself somewhere in the 10th month of the year. We would call it October. So there is a chill wind. It is a bright but cold day as you come out of your chambers, face each other, dressed super old school.
You look young.
You look alright, I mean. You don't look that old.
Oh, we'll go down.
You hear do, 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 as up round the stairs comes Jack. He goes, "So good to see you, my lord. We weren't expecting you back. I'm afraid we've got something of a humble breakfast for you both, if you like.
Oh, yes,
if you
please.
wanted to eat.
Yes, please.
That's okay.
Well, come down. Lady Tenday, welcome back, welcome home. Leads you from the tower into the adjoining mansion and the not so humble spread of breakfast that has been very hurriedly put out for you both. Warm bread, rich butter from the nearby farms, cool milk, a wonderful breakfast that nourishes you. Deli is cleaning pots nearby as you sort of eat. You just go, "Oh, so your lordship, everything okay? You left in such a hurry those moons ago."
Well, we were on a very big expedition.
All went well, I suppose, I expect.
We'll see soon enough.
That's good. Now, don't forget that you've got some appointments, and because it's a little early, obviously. Let me just. Well, I'm making such a bother of myself. I'll go and get the book, sir. Okay, you two have your breakfasts.
You've got appointments? Seriously?
This is why I made Nilu, so I don't have to do all this stuff.
Where is Nilu?
Delhi.
She's gone to get the book.
Yeah, she comes back a short while later. Yes?
Do you know where Nilu is?
Nilu, well, after you left, no, hasn't seen him for many moons. Well, no, let me think actually. Not too long ago, actually, maybe a 10-day ago. Just vanished.
Oh.
Oh.
Right, okay. I'll have to...
Don't forget that you cast Simulacrum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'll have to, sort that out.
Okay. So I want to remind you both that you both have many levels of exhaustion.
Yep.
So you feel utterly wiped. I think you took 4 levels, you took 6,
Yeah.
is that correct? So to put that into some context, 4 levels of exhaustion, your hit point maximum is halved right now, as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
You have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. Your speed is halved, and you have disadvantage on ability checks. So basically all rolls you have disadvantage on.
Yeah.
You were brought back to life, but your speed... It says your speed is reduced to 0. I'll put you down to 5 levels of exhaustion. But I'll say you have enough movement that getting up and moving around is slow.
Okay, like holding onto the walls.
Yeah, barely.
Can I just spend a few side points to remove them?
Yeah.
Could I do cleansing touch or something like that?
Can that do exhaustion levels?
It's spell effects.
Okay, then no.
Alright, I'll just hobble around.
Yeah, you hobble around. I'd say that for practical purposes, your speed is 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, I might just have to go, like, take a power nap for, like... we can't really do much like this.
I'm fine.
Do you want to help me out, maybe?
How many side points does it cost?
6. 6, yeah.
And how many are you going to remove from yourself? All of them?
All 4.
24 side points. You got any left?
Yeah,
How many?
14.
Do you want to remove 2 from that?
I'll take 2 from dinner.
Okay, so you go down to disadvantage on attack roll, saving throws, ability checks, and your speed is halved.
Okay, yeah.
Okay? Alright. Well, after doing that at the kitchen table, just laying on hands using your psionic ability, you feel somewhat better.
Hey, Element, can you send things to my sister?
Okay. I'll cast sending. To 8.
Say, hey 8, we're back.
Can't you sendings?
No.
Hey, we're back.
Daenerys is worried about
Tenday
you.
is worried about you.
Where are you?
Where are you?
Did you get out okay?
Did you get out? Okay, I'll say that.
Okay. So the casting was 3 days ago. Alright. She hauled ass as soon as she possibly could. And I'll save that. Okay. Where would I put her? Okay. What do you say again? Where are you, basically?
Yeah. What
Yeah.
happened?
It takes a while, but you hear back. I don't know where I am. I'm heading south from Nevermelt. I'm 2 days out. There's a volcano in the distance off to my right. Otherwise, hills and grassland. Just doing the best I can.
Okay, that volcano was not there before, I must say.
Where?
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was. Just so, I mean, I know. Yes, it
Oh.
was. There's lots of volcanoes
Yeah,
in
how do
there.
you know?
I thought there was only 3 volcanoes in
Can
there.
we get a map out?
Okay, well, that's something different. Hang on, one thing at a time. So you're talking to 8 first, yeah? That's what she says to you. She says, I'm a few days out south of Nevermelt. I'm alright. Been in worse situations. I'll get back to you. Where are you?
Oh, the cost spending. We are at the tower. If you need me to teleport you back, I will. Okay, that's it.
Nevermelt's gone. I can even see from here, looking back on the hills I'm standing on. It's a bloody mess. Memories. Just memories. Okay. It's at this point, as you sit there reacclimatizing to the current day, that you continue to notice fresh memories popping into your head, like when it happens in real life, like when you remember something, you go, oh my god, do you remember that? Things pop back into your head like that you know of. You recognise that with the destruction of Nevermelt and the release of all the traded memories for entrance, that a huge release of significant and sometimes trite knowledge is back in the world. Feel about that as whatever your character would feel about that. But also, new ideas start to come into your head. Like trying to tell the difference between a dream and reality. Certain things have changed in your minds. And I'm going to tell you what has changed before you then decide what you would like to do. Let's start with Nevermelt. And firstly, a little bit of a kind of a cut scene. With the casting of the time step spell, a mighty vacuum singularity was caused recklessly by the three Magisters. The Magisters are no more. In the immediate aftermath of just a few days ago, this spell being cast, Oshan the White was sucked into the corridors of time and is lost.
No.
He was my favourite. Second favourite, actually.
These things I'm telling you not because your characters know them, but because they are important to know. These will become part of Aeon lore in the coming moons ahead. Trevelyan the Black fled the scene. Thinking of his own survival, he fled to the ruins of Taraon, the ruins of Naltar Dun, to his tower that still stands there, not in an Enavantic wasteland, but still in the crater of a long, distant explosion that has reduced hundreds of miles of land to a cratered badland with dead forests, craggy rocks, and that is where Trevelyan fled to. A place where 1400 plus years before, the entire city of Naltar Dun was immediately wiped out in an explosion that, if I had to do dice for it, would be like 1000 d6. Minimum 1000 damage. And that's just in the first mile. Outside of that, it would reduce somewhat, but it was insane level proportion destructions. The entire volcano upon which Naltar Dun was built fell. The only thing that survived the blast, the only thing outside of any artifacts in the city, was Eurishnik itself. Eurishnik, the tree, was destroyed. Its root was severed by the explosion and it fell miles down into that horrible crevice, that mine, and the entrance to the negative plane. With it came millions of tons of rubble and rock as the entire area was turned, instead of into a soaring volcano, into a massive, deep crevasse of destruction. But Eurishnik, the roots of Eurishnik, was not perverted. It was not turned. It was successful. And all of this memory comes to you. Comes to you in the form of lore that you read about. Comes to you in the form of mythology and storytelling. The dwarves of nearby kingdoms, in fact Naltar Dun's triplet sisters, were far enough away that they weren't completely destroyed, that they were ruined. And the dwarves took it as an immense act of treachery by the elves, by the first elves. The mythal purposefully being interrupted, and the mythalar itself almost like a bomb that was put right into the heart of dwarven culture and civilization. And thus began what you now feel washing over you. Oh, I remember my history. The Great War that spans some 700 years from 1130, from that moment, and then ensued for 700 years. It led to the creation of the Rift, this massive scar on the landscape to the south and the centre of the continent that separates an easy passage into a crayon. It also led to the Dead Woods, a line, a boundary, a border of hideous, twisted forestation that spans hundreds of miles, that separates Tyraon, or the ruins of it, from Acrayon to the south. And for 700 years, war was waged between north and south, between dwarf and elf, mountain dwarf and first elf, that has affected relations. Still, the echo of it affects relations between those races to this day. What became of Estelar? Well, the same thing that you recall. Here your memories are not altered. Only Estelar's feelings of rage, of injustice, of perversion were changed, because the gift given to him by the goddess of corruption to get his revenge on the dwarves didn't work. So the god that he had created this pact with, she turned her back on him. And for that began a vengeance in his soul that would eventually find him challenging Dolgoloth to become a new god of corruption, which is exactly what happened in the first part of this campaign. This Ulatharid, Lich, everything that happened to Estelar happened to Estelar. In an effort to find the knowledge to challenge a god, to understand Godspark, he sought out a hive mind and the knowledge of this ancient underground civilization of mind flayers. But in it, he himself was taken over, and almost everything that was Estelar was lost, and he became Luther. And enough of what was Estelar, enough of that perverse need, that fervent, burning passion to want to take on a goddess at her own game of corruption, led him to wreak havoc on the kingdom of Kurth, perverting politicians, looking to transcend into the Fey realm to bring forth corrupted forces. But it was smote by a number of brave heroes, of which you two can count yourselves. The companions of Kurth overcame Luther. All of that happened as is. But what of Shah? What of that fragment of Eurishnik? Not purple and evil and enervancing, rotting and corrupting everything. No! What of this beautiful, radiant artifact created to hold back evil? Well, as it was disconnected from the tree, over years and years, Eurishnik would start to fade in power. Too slowly for any mortals to be able to track its fading, but fade it did. Such that in the heart of Tyraon, and what left of it, the crater of Tyraon, evil would still spill, but not in the continent-eating form that you knew. But it would still remain a place of darkness and evil, similar to Gormley. But there was a young, powerful wizard from a far-off island who wanted a piece of an artifact, and with it, he had colluded and studied the depths of old magic sufficiently to find a way to channel an artifact's power into insane creation. And during the Great War, in the chaos and the uncertainty of the Great War, he was able to steal a fragment of Eurishnik. Just as you remembered. That went down exactly as you remembered, except Eldor, instead of using his power to try and reverse the enervancy into something creative, which you still remember he managed, even if it drove him mad. This time, you know that he used his machines. He used technology to try and extend the fading power of the artifact and channel that power into fueling a city. That required daily magic. That required feeding it magical items, just as you recall. And that alone, over hundreds of years, still drove him mad. So everything went down. There's only one new memory as regards Shah. When you were fleeing, you weren't fleeing the spread of Enovancy. You still have that memory, but now it feels more like a dream that never happened than the truth. A new truth comes. The fleeing, all the same. Ushering people from the city, using the gigantic holographic illusion magic to implore people to flee. Why? Because just as the mythal had exploded, that shard of Eurishnik, disjointed and unstable, separated from the main host, was going to explode. And it did. But fortunately, you managed to usher the people far from the city ahead of the explosion that wrecked Shah and left it a ruin that would be an attractor to adventurers, demons, monsters, an amazing dungeon for years and years to come. But you got everyone to safety. You got an entire city far enough from this beacon of magical power, this beacon of the old civilizations of the past that your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather had tried to build. You managed to get the citizens to Highgate and to safety. And the threat that you recall that something was chasing you, some force was chasing you, is replaced instead by the threat of an explosion on gargantuan scale. A chain reaction explosion that would not just level a city, but create a shockwave that would kill, and it did, for miles and miles. But fortunately, very few of the citizens, comparatively. Eldor is gone, he's dead, just as you wished it. His machines are destroyed, and the great city of Shah is going to be such a great dungeon. But it exploded in a magnitude similar to Nal Targdun. Relpatha. I'm trying to read things to you that would be in the history books now. Relpatha, the greatest wizard of them all, never forgave himself for not seeing that one of his greatest wizards, his greatest students, his greatest understudies had such dark and broiling ambitions and ill intention. Found lichdom and brought an army of the undead to defend Ao and Acrayon. Ao, the central peninsula city in Acrayon. It is thought that he either was destroyed or fled, and that, well, not to tackle good versus evil, but certainly his intentions towards humanity are unknown, but his intentions towards his own people and the dwarves was complex and varied, and it is not known of his location or whether he even still exists. That's all that's changed. But other than that, no Enovancy, no ancient magic of the long distant ages has racked this continent, other than in the few places where such necromantic magic is newer, but no less foul. There is nothing spreading. There is nothing eating the continent. The world, for now, is safe. So, here at the kitchen table, in your tower, with these new, fresh memories flooding through to you, with everything going down just as it had, except with a few changes, what would you like to do right now?
Alright. Well, I want to go out into Clifton.
Alright. You're going to go out, both of you?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your intentions?
I want to go visit the keep and, see if I can find Jake.
Okay. Don't just ask strangers in the street.
I'm not going to. I'm going to go to the
Okay.
keep.
Where are you going first? To the keep
Yeah.
first? Both of you together?
Yeah.
Okay, great. You step outside your Elowin's tower. Lord of Curthton. And you are at all times in your walk through the city, through the town. I'm just going to replace this music for some town music, some town ambience. As you walk through the town, you are, instead of the fame and people going, "Can I get your autograph?" you are besieged with "My lord, my lord, my lady, lady, my lord, lady," as you walk through town.
Why are they calling us that? What?
I guess we're just that cool.
What is going on? Okay.
Other than that, you are back, as the last time you were here was like some 3 months ago, some 100 days or so ago. Other than that, Curthton seems to be pretty much as you remember it.
Do we
as you
know?
walk through town.
We don't know what happened to the Chrono Stone.
What? It's probably where it was before.
Anyway. Well, okay. We'll head to the keep.
Okay. You head through Old Town, over the bridge into New, and up the long spiral road that leads up to Summerdust, Fort Summerdust. You are welcomed with some, what would you call it, standoffishness
Yeah.
by the guards, because some news still from Metropole
Oh yeah.
of your time there has reached this far, but you are, I would say reluctantly welcomed to the keep. Your business, my lady?
I'm just visiting, trying to find a friend.
Alright.
Are these the 3 guards that are?
My besties.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll say today they're not,
Oh, okay.
for the sakes, because I've got too many people to be trying to keep track of. Don't test me. What about so and so? Everything is as you have seen it before.
I'll actually ask a guard. Do you know if Jake Earthenchild is in the keep?
Let me see. Sir Earthenchild is not stationed here at Curthton anymore. Hasn't been for some years, I think.
Right.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, but it was just the last time I saw him. He was here. But don't worry. And isn't Master Belladon in?
Oh no, he's down in the city.
Oh, okay. I do want to go into the keep and I'm not talking to the guard. I want to go into the keep and check the statue, make sure that everything is okay in that front.
Alright.
Can't teleport though.
You want to go down to the statue
Yeah.
in the dungeons? Okay. In the bowels of the...
It's still hallowed. Hopefully.
Hallowed ground.
Okay. What's your intentions down there? What are you doing? Okay, as you walk through...
But in my memory, did everything happen with Celeste as it did before she was returned to a humanoid form?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's cool.
You go down into the catacombs.
Yeah.
Along the long rows towards the statue of the Platinum Dragon. its wings spread, its hilt empty.
Cool. That's good. I'll just
is the
bang
area?
my head a little bit, pay respects to the Palladius of the statue, and so is the ground still hallowed here?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And no one can teleport into this
Nobody
bit.
can teleport anywhere.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay. Right. Well, we don't have any further business in the keep then.
Okay. So you're here in the depths in the catacombs. It takes some 5-10 minutes to walk down to here.
Yeah.
It's where you recall the last time you saw Jake.
Yeah.
All right. You don't want to do anything else here?
Oh, well, I'll kneel down and pay respect. I just wanted to check that all was in order. That's pretty much it.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you leave?
Yeah.
All right. You leave. It is weird to think that you have stood on this ground before a town were even founded here. You walk out and you leave the fort built upon the crest of the hill that you purified.
In my memory, how did Zanlin die?
Exactly as he died. Only when you looked over the edge and you saw the purple Yushnik there, instead that memory would be slightly different in that you looked down into rubble. I mean, there was already rubble, if you remember, of the city. Rubble and you saw some aspect of Yushnik, but in your memory it would have been white and glowing rather than purple and glowing. But yeah, Nightwalkers still came through. But the whole area was not enovantically affected.
Okay.
Right.
It's enovancy that was the destructive force, and that never got unleashed.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I would like to go and collect 8 as soon as possible. So let me know whenever you're ready and
She hasn't.
really strong enough to do that.
We can, but we don't know where she is.
I know.
So how are we gonna go collect her?
We'll have to look around. She said she was by a volcano, right?
She says there is a volcano to my right. We don't know how far. That could be anywhere. I think she'll come to us.
Okay. I mean, I'd still like to go get her whenever we can. As in regards to age,
Yeah.
you can't. You won't stay. We'll be walking back to the tower as we're speaking.
Okay.
You can't. You can be dispelled. You can't.
Of course I do.
So what are you gonna do about that?
Yeah, I'll figure it out. It'll just. We'll figure it out.
I know we will. So let's figure it out.
Let's do it in day-long spans. What are you doing for the rest of this day?
Sleeping. I've got
You wanna
exhaustion. Yeah.
Okay. We'll say that you take a couple of days of rest.
Mhm.
Okay. Is there anything within those couple of days that you want to do for yourselves?
No, not really. Just rest.
Okay.
Can I use divination spells to research any spell or way to reverse aging?
Sure. Okay. You don't need to worry about exhaustion, do you, at the moment?
No.
No, okay. Okay, so we'll say there's 3 days of rest that takes place. I'm going to go deep and deep how to reverse aging.
I just have Google now.
Divine intervention or wish?
Okay.
You want to try divine intervention?
Yeah.
Roll percentage then. First
Okay.
roll of the game, and we'll do it for each day.
Okay.
So 3 days of rest.
Yeah.
Day 1.
34. I don't remember what I have to get.
We'll look it up.
I think it's 33 or something.
Well, remember, I think it's your.
It went up because
You've gone up a level as well, so it's charisma modifier, wisdom modifier,
If the result is equal to or lower than your paladin level plus the total of your charisma modifier and your wisdom modifier. Yeah.
So
23 plus
Plus 4.
27.
Yeah, and plus 5.
32.
No!
Okay, that's day 1. Not quite. Day 2.
Day 2. No.
And day 3.
No.
Okay.
may as well try it on the next day.
Well, how many days do you want to give to this?
I'll
How
try.
many days would you give to it knowing your sister's out there?
Yeah,
potentially
just
last
3 days. Just
3 days of relaxation. I'll say that during that time, this is why when I say anything during that time, check in with 8.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
seems to be fine and travelling south, and she says to you, after 3 days, she says, hang on, let me just think, travel, 5 days, 40, hang on, she's already done 2 days, she's there. You discover that she has been taken in by the hill dwarves of Cladigan.
Okay. Have I had
Right.
a cardigan?
No.
Okay. Okay.
But she's with the hill dwarves of Cladigan over several sendings and things.
Mhm.
You garner that she is being relatively well looked after,
Okay.
although the clerics have put her through quite a rigorous zone of truthing
Yeah.
to find out her circumstances, and she is being kept under what you might think of as like house arrest,
Okay.
like house guard. So she is
Alright.
being treated fairly,
Yeah.
but she is being confined to certain quarters of Cladigan,
Okay.
whilst the appearance of a lone travelling human in the wilds of the north is not particularly common.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say is the best of what you get from sendings.
I would like to go and pick her up.
Okay.
So during that time, you're doing. Tell me what you're researching. Ways to
Hey.
do.
Reverse
Reverse
aging.
aging.
Which I
Yes. So, wish or divine intervention. Do you want to try your wish, and do you want to use your portent during those 3 days to do a percentage?
Yeah, sure. There's no reason not to. First day. No.
What was that?
97. That is not very good. Second day.
That's good.
No, this is portent.
Portent for the wish failure. So that's good.
Oh yeah, no, that is actually
Roll it again, because I assume you're going to help her out as well. Yeah.
Yes, please.
good. Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead.
34. That's also good.
Great.
Okay, cool.
So, do you want to role play it through in detail, or do you just is your intention to get yourselves back to your actual original biological ages?
Just get us back to our original biological ages.
Okay.
Before we all did all the goofy, wacky stuff.
All right. I'd say that that's not too mental a wish to ask for.
Yeah.
That's pretty straightforward.
I assume we can modify true polymorph in some way or something like that.
Well, no, you just dispel true polymorph. Return you. Yeah, it would be part of that. It's not that complex what you're wanting to do.
Yeah.
You're just wanting to not have to true polymorph to
It's probably
stay alive.
people have asked for this wish many times before.
So 19,
Yeah, I feel like you're
20, 21, 22, 23. You return to 23 years old.
Great.
I'm going to make a ruling at this stage, though. I think this is where you may not like me for asking you to make this choice, but it has always been a very confusing thing. You have been half Kalashtar.
No, please let me.
No. Hear me out. This is the only downside of the wish. I'm going to say, you're going to have a downside as well.
Oh no.
Right, so because there has to be some downside.
Okay.
You're using wish to reverse something,
Yeah.
right? That is biologically affected you deeply. You've been half Kalashtar, not full, and Dampier. So you're kind of a bit of both, right? And it's like if we're honest, you've gotten the benefits of both. At this stage, this wish has a kind of a wave effect that kind of affects you in this way. Choose. Do you want to retain that echo of undeath, or would you like to return to your true biological nature? If you do, by the way, if you do choose the undeath, I think it would have some implications later on in your life.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know, but I think they would in some way.
I want to retain my undeath.
Okay. In which case, you are no longer resistant to psychic damage.
Okay.
And your biology is forever changed. I mean, except for the use of another wish, of course. But your biology is inexorably changed, such that you are Dampier. You have the touch of a vampire, including, because we didn't rule for this, including a hunger. So I'd like you to roll d6, please.
I think I've already rolled this. We just forgot what I rolled when I first chose it. 5.
Okay, let's look it up and see.
I'm still born from Kalashtar,
You're
so
not a
like
Kalashtar.
I'm not like rules
You
of
made it.
Kalashtar, but I'm like still like born of Kalashtar. Someone born in UK is still British.
You just have none of the biological benefits
Mhm.
of that. Of course, you know it. Where was this detail? I don't even know where this was. Hang on. Unearthed. I'll have to find it another time. Sonic, advance, blah, blah, blah. Okay, no, I don't have it easy to hand here. So, you are resistant to necrotic damage.
Spider climb.
You have some slight sensitivity to light. But you are fully restored. And likewise, with you, Elowin brings you up into his ritual chamber, casts the powerful spell that sends a shockwave through your body as you are restored to. So you are 23, basically.
I think I'm 21, maybe.
You're 21. So biologically, even though you've been this way and that in your aging, you are restored.
Oh my god, so much aging.
So hang on, your birthday. Actually, you will have just had a birthday.
Yeah, my
haven't you?
birthday's just
19.
been.
20,
We're in
21,
October,
22,
aren't we?
23. Yeah. So you're 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. You've just hit 21.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You've just had your birthday. You are 21 years old and you biologically look that age. You are restored in whatever way. Now, there is going to be some cost. Roll D10.
Okay.
And Finley, roll D6.
1.
9.
Okay. Take those permanently off your maximum hit points.
Okay. I just gained 9 hit points.
Yeah.
It's like I
Unlucky.
didn't level up. Damn it.
It's like I only went up by 1 hit point now.
Alright.
I just went back down.
So over those days, you restore yourselves biologically. You are fully rested. Is there anything you want to learn about in general terms? Is there
Okay.
anything you want information about that we can fill in?
Wait, so we don't know why we are being called Lord and Lady, do we?
No.
Okay, I'd like to learn about that if I can.
Okay. You were made Lord and Lady after word of what you've done has been learnt about at some highest levels, and you were petitioned for these to be given these titles. You are actually Lady of Vista.
Ah, okay.
So you're not Lady of Curtain,
yeah.
and you are Lord of Curtain. And these are titles you don't need to learn; they come to you. You remember why, and it's because of the general populace wouldn't know that. Hey, you don't know this, but there was this anniversary. People never knew it because it never happened.
Yeah.
It never happened. But there are a few people that it's gotten back to what you've done here.
Really?
Because of the history, because of people that stayed alive and things like that.
Oh my god, that's so
Yeah.
weird. Okay.
Yeah.
I would also like to learn, if I can, about the council in. Was it Metropole?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just the same as it was.
Dang it!
Just
Okay.
the same as it was. That had no linking to what's been happening here.
Okay.
Corrupt as F.
Okay.
Wait, what?
The
The
council.
council.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, the only other slight change is that Metropole is no longer called Metropole, and you're not sure why.
I wonder.
But it is called Curve Deep.
Okay.
I'm gonna call it Metropole by accident.
I like
People are
Metropole.
gonna be like, what? What are you talking
Metropole is a better name.
about?
Curve Deep. Just added the word
There must
deep.
be a reason for it.
So it's Curve Town, Curve City, and Curve Deep.
Yeah.
It's just deep. It's quite deep.
And a few other. There is one other change actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, because there's somebody else involved in some of these changes. So there is a council,
Yeah.
but Ereborn Kurthson is part of that council.
Oh,
So
yay.
the prince is part of the
The
council.
gods.
Yeah.
I don't know why he wasn't before.
Very
That's
good. I'm
Okay.
gonna research.
Hang on, there was something else. Sorry, you go. I'm trying to remember what it was.
All like sendings or locate person. Where's Kaz?
Kaz,
Where is he?
Yeah!
you want sending him?
Yeah.
Go ahead. What did you say?
Hello, Kaz. Hopefully, your time in imprisonment has allowed you. Hopefully, despite your time in imprisonment, you remember me. It's Elwyn. How goes things?
What if he's dead?
No.
How do you have time to?
I'd say with Kaz, you reach him, you feel a connection, but he doesn't respond.
He's either still sleeping or
Uh,
he just ignores you.
can I legend lore him?
No, he's not significant enough a player to legend lore.
Could you please sendings Mero
I'll send Diggs Barrow.
or Ellie?
Or Ellie.
Which one?
Ellie first?
Ellie. I'll send Diggs Ellie. What should I say?
Hey Ellie!
Hey Ellie, it's Uncle Elwyn here. How goes things?
Where are you?
Where are you?
Hi. Hello, Elwyn. Uncle Ellie. We're at the monastery. They're looking after us well, nice.
I hope I don't get flashbacks when I see her.
Mara and Freth are good. We're all here. It's sanctified ground. It's good.
See, she's starting to get the Echoville.
Learning to
accent.
fight.
Yeah.
Bye.
The Echoville accent.
Yeah.
Oh.
You gather they're at the Sanctum Assyrium,
Yeah.
very close to Nook.
Is that the one that had all the dead people in it?
At the very beginning.
At the very beginning,
and,
yeah.
and I think it was rebuilt or something because it was kind of broken down, but they like
Yeah,
made
the monks
it
returned, they restored
yeah.
it, they re-sanctified the area.
You're welcome.
And trained there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think first we should get Ape. Sorry, what was the dwarven place called?
It is called Cladigan.
Cladigan.
Cladigan. That sounds like a
So
train
in
stop.
maybe spare time, maybe we should look up Cladigan, so we can teleport there more
Okay.
successfully.
Sure.
I don't like that face.
I'll just legend lore it.
You'll legend lore it to find out about Cladigan. Okay, it's a. You find out it's a some 3 generation old, so relatively new for dwarves, hill dwarven town that trades with Ostland to the east with the humans. It's one of the most remote dwarf, apart from Orsmeet, its kind of sister city. It's one of the most remote dwarven outposts. It's where Orsmeet is ancient, and it's where many of the dwarves of Tarayan fled to. That survived, you know, the neighbouring cities?
Yeah.
They fled to Orsmeet.
Alright,
Okay.
let's teleport to Cladigan.
Alright, I'm still not going to give you that good a...
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, oh, this is known now. I'm going to give you...
Doesn't really matter.
Teleport.
Teleport.
Alright, I'll put it as seen casually. Roll.
I've seen this casually. 45.
No! Wait. Before we go, I need a weapon or something.
You ain't got a weapon.
No!
Alright, you've got a non-magical sword. That's fine.
Okay.
You get a long sword. You've got a long sword.
Okay.
Okay. 1d10 times 1d 10% of the distance that was to be travelled. Alright, you are going to be travelling a long fucking way. I'll tell you that way. Much.
Where is it on the map?
Just south of Nevermelt.
Oh, that's Crow. Oh no.
It's a long way.
I should have used dimension. I mean, plenty.
80,
You don't know gate.
160,
You're gay.
240, 320, 400.
We're gonna be well off.
408. I'm going to say it's at least 500 miles away.
Ah.
So, 500 miles. Right, so roll 1d10.
6.
Now, roll it again.
5.
5% of the distance, so 25 miles. 6 times 25.
Maths.
150 miles off. Okay.
Okay.
Roll d4 for north-south,
Please not
northeast,
even roll.
southwest. Northeast, southwest.
2.
Northeast. 150 miles
We're in
to
the ocean.
east.
Are we in the ocean?
No, you're not. No, you're not. It's 180.
Oh, that's. Oh.
5, 6, 7,
At least we went north, because then we'd be near
3,
Nevermelt.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh no, where are we? I want to see on the map, can I see?
I want my rug of flying again.
It's lost in Nevermelt. What can I say? Literally everything is buried in
My
Nevermelt.
armor! I want my
Oh.
All of that stuff, everything you left behind, for the sakes of gameplay now, consider it lost.
Aw.
Nevermelt has been destroyed on a level that equals, but is different from Naltag, Dun and Shard.
What if I got a talisman of the sphere?
These are now treasures to be found
No,
by future
by
adventurers.
other people.
No!
Pass it on. Pass
Okay.
it on.
Ah,
My armor!
I'm getting those robes back. I don't care.
Okay. Well,
Complete my set.
all right. You cast teleport to get to Clandagon. I'll tell you, you know that you're east of Clandagon because of your direction sense and your perfect memory type of stuff.
Okay.
Right, D and D, grasslands, ambience.
D and D, hell ambience. Turns out we're in the 9 hells.
Lol.
All right,
Doesn't look like Clandagon.
you go to retrieve 8 and flash in a flash, and you are on vast and open grasslands. Let's see which direction you're facing when you come through.
Please,
D4
right
again, please. North, east, south, west.
4.
North, east, south, west. So you're facing Clandagon,
Okay, great.
but a long way from it. 150 miles from it. Okay, you are literally looking to the horizon, distant, just this wild shrub and grasslands, like the plains in America where the Native Americans occupy. You know, just imagine vast expanses of plains, but it is cold.
Cold.
Because of the time of year,
Oh, dang.
and you are north.
I'm going to.
Behind you,
Okay.
little do you know this, but some 60 miles behind you are the famous Trollheim.
Oh.
Used to be called the Trollmoors. As close as you can get to a civilization of these wretched creatures. Immediately behind you, there are shadows created by a mountain range some 5 miles behind you. But ahead of you, nothing but grasslands.
Okay, well, I'm gonna sit down and summon a steed.
Okay.
I don't know which one is gonna come here, but
You need to go get Kogar.
yeah.
Summon Greater Steed.
Yeah, find greater steed.
Okay. Unlike past castings, as you begin to tap into some entity that would represent your steed, there is confusion. There is almost a jostling for status and position.
Oh.
As you come to the end of the casting, it is not satisfied in the way that it normally is. It is as if many entities
Oh.
have fought for notice and attention. And one has supreme eminence over the others. Rather than apparating in the air out in front of
Yeah.
you hear a mighty roar. And as you look up into the sky, the sun shining directly down into your face, from out of the sunshine, in a glitter of celestial power, as if a gate were open, an enormous silver dragon comes ploughing through.
He's big now.
Goliath!
Holly! Holly!
Enormous wingspan, hundreds of feet across. Both of your hairs whipped up as it soars past. And then comes in this enormous head. Last time you saw it.
Oh, it's so small!
But it is some 1400 years later.
Oh my god.
And this wormling that you had ridden is now a great worm as it comes in.
Hey, Sterling. Hi!
How big is it?
Monstrously large,
Like-
gargantuan.
Is it how much bigger than an ancient dragon is it?
Make an Arcana check. See your study of
27.
This is unlike any worm you have ever seen. And you've seen
Oh!
an ancient dragon. wrapped around Gormley Keep as if it was a little stool it was perched on. This thing dwarfs that. Its head, width-wise, is some 25 feet wide. Its eyes, enormous. Similar scale to the Tarask. But imagine it winged and tailed as it comes down.
Big boy.
Our goddess sent me to you.
Hi.
I remember you.
You do? I remember
Yes.
you. You were so small last time.
Yes.
You have grown a lot.
Mighty wars you have missed. Not just here on this prime plane, but in the heavens themselves.
What kind of wars?
Ah! Such that I will entertain you with on our journey!
Okay.
Where do we go? Ah! Master Elwin!
Excuse me, you're very loud.
How do you two still look so young?
You know, just a bit of a...
You look young,
Magic.
you're looking good.
Well, are we sitting here like saps?
No,
Whence do we go?
we're going to Cladigan.
Ah, dwarves. Good dwarves, mind. Well, get on and hold on tight.
Okay, get on.
It is much harder to
God.
clamber upon
Yeah.
this enormous silver dragon. Its scales are like this thick.
Oh my
You
God.
don't even imagine how you could even take on
Yeah.
such a beast. And certainly, your petty longsword and unenchanted next to these scales that it couldn't even dent it.
Is this like, you know Tiamat? You know one of Tiamat's heads? Is it
Yeah.
like
Like
this?
the picture in the other room?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Whoa.
This is a great worm.
Yeah. So
There's not a great worm that counts the prime material as its home, though. So
Yeah.
this normally lives in Mount Celestia and
Yeah.
defends.
Wait, I love that Apollo was possibly trying to also come and then it's done. He was like, no.
And Circa.
Circa's fine steed, so that's a different spell. So I could just cast that and he'd be fine. But it's tiny. It's
I
hilarious.
want Circa to be a big bear now, to be honest.
Aw.
Hold on!
Okay.
Is this one of the defenders of Mount Celestia?
Yeah, absolutely. This is an absolutely mighty worm. And it will be anybody who catches sight of very few of the civilized races are likely to see it. But as you saw west now, across the grasslands, it is fear and panic for miles. It's been all manner of creatures scuttle. He does not fly high. He runs along the ground a little. And then just lifts up his legs like when you try and fly in a dream.
Yeah.
And then just soars close to the ground. Up a little bit with one beat of his wings. You go, but he soars some 300 feet off the surface of the grasslands below.
Oh my god. Oh, how many people are we going to traumatize?
I mean, it's a silver dragon. It's like it looks like
People should learn their dragons.
like Palladius, you know.
150 miles is covered in some 4, maybe 5 hours. And because of the map, which I can't show you here, but it's literally nothing but grassland between where you landed and Cladigan itself. It becomes slightly hilly some 10 miles out from Cladigan.
I'll shout, "Hey Sterling, we might want to land a little bit away so that they don't try and attack you."
Remember that?
Nonsense! I am envoy to a god! We will land proud and just
Oh no.
as you saw.
Because you're bigger than the entire city.
may be, Elowin, and they should see and bathe in the power of Palladius.
Oh.
It is such. And he just soars along. You see herds of blink bison trying to get out of the way.
Wait.
You see other more terrestrial common beasts running, fleeing for holes and things like that. In a few moments, you swear that you traverse some 500 feet below you over the top of some orc encampment. And all of this cower in the wake of this gargantuan dragon that defies any scale you've seen of worm before in the past.
Hey, Sterling, last time I asked you, you couldn't. But do you have human form now?
Why, yes! But why would
Yeah.
I adopt such puny form?
Okay, Sterling, I'm just thinking, we're here to be peaceful and negotiate, and I know
Yes,
you're
I
amazing,
know.
and you definitely should be proud of you. But
I have lived so long, girl. I know. You looked older when I last saw you than when you do now.
yeah, I know. It's like you've gone backwards.
Much has happened in the heavens. A jostling of the prime deities.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Tiamat also looks to escape Avernus.
Ah.
Much is afoot. You summon me at interesting times
I'm
in the
sorry.
multiverse.
I know you probably have other duties you're meant
Well, yes, I cannot stay with you, sitting around a campfire. I will get you to where you go. Maybe say hello to the dwarves. Then I will be gone.
Okay.
And only call me if some great battle with a puny ancient beckons.
Okay.
The thing is, Tenday, now that I've seen this type of dragon, I can true polymorph into it. Just
Oh, that's why you were asking questions. You were like,
I see. Nice. Alright. So you soar in some 4 or 5 hours across the plains, and far ahead of you, you gain sight of the hills that commence, the lowland hills that are the home of the hill dwarves to the north. Now, to the left somewhat, there is a mountain range, and as you look off, well, you're not very high in the air, so you wouldn't see much. You do see, beyond the hills, mountains and an active volcano. I do love my volcanoes.
who doesn't?
But as you
wonder who lives there.
as you get closer to the location that Sterling knows very well of Cladogan, I'll say that he puts you 8 miles to the east of Cladogan into the hills. You see forests in the lowlands further on, and built into the hills in just a perfect organic miasma of the surrounding terrain is this wonderful kind of terracotta hued town, with roads coming in from several directions, hewn paths rather. You land some 8 miles east, and Sterling assumes human form.
What does he look
Last
like?
time he was embarrassed that he couldn't do it. It was so
Yeah,
cute.
so you land. Well, I will look like one of you. Here we go. Standing in shiny silver armor, silver-haired, long-eared elf stands there, proud, young, mustache, silver hair, long ears. Well, this should do a bit better.
That's great. I love your armor.
This is my flesh and bone. It is the essence of me, Tenday. Well, come. You will ask me things.
Ask you?
Such is the polite way of species.
Yes. So,
We will discuss things. You will ask me mighty things.
okay.
Do not waste my time with chit-chat. With
Okay.
respect. But you are young. Been alive for such a drop in the ocean of my age. So do not waste my time with frivolities of what you had for breakfast. Come, let us walk. We have a dwarven hillside town to arrive at. And he strides off. Come on!
Yeah, so we had some like breads and butter for breakfast this morning.
Oh,
glass of milk.
Shut up.
Do not insult me, wizard.
It's a joke.
Ah, jokes, yes.
Ha.
So speak openly of things, or ask me things.
Right, so I was wondering if you've heard of Celeste and Glint.
Of course.
Do you know what's become of them? Because last
Her radiance is most hallowed and powerful solar. Is lost in the outer planes somewhere.
Because, last time I spoke to her, she was not
Yes.
allowed. She was not allowed to return to the celestial plane.
Right. Yes, this is correct.
Is she? Can she now? Yes.
No.
No.
That was a betrayal. Punishment span millennia with such a betrayal.
And what?
Oh, you pity them?
Of course.
Why?
Because I have empathy for her. I know they've been through a lot, and I know they may have betrayed. They may be traitors, but I still think they deserve forgiveness.
Forgiveness, but not forgetness.
No.
Because forgetness would rule out the fact that people, especially short-lived, even angelic beings, will tend to do, well, they say, the being does what now let me remember. The being does what made the being successful. And if treachery and betrayal made you successful, you will do more of that things. Remember this when judging souls. That is what her radiance says. Sterling, she says, the being does what makes the being successful. See, I remembered it. But yes, Glint. You know, they say that such beings are immortal, and sometimes I think, as others have said more wisely than I, that you either die and perish a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become a fiend. Well,
I think I've heard that one somewhere.
thank you, Mr. Batman, for that one. But this, no doubt, is what happens. As Solar, we think that such angelic beings are forever good. Well, you can live long enough to see even a Solar fall from grace. Let it be a reminder to us all. Behold, the Northern City is some 3 miles ahead. I would do conversation more, but I want conversation that stimulates.
Well, why don't you start a conversation?
You must ask questions, my dear.
Those aren't very good conversation starters. Just
Of
questions.
course, all conversations begin with questions. Her radiance dictates it. She says,
You quite.
Does she
if
actually?
you want great answers, ask great questions.
Where does that say that in the Palladius handbook?
She said it to me. Directly to me. I am blessed by her.
Is he lying?
He's not lying.
Oh.
He's not lying.
What if I don't start a question?
Are there things you would not learn about the world and the planes and the workings of the
What
high
kind of
house?
wars have you waged?
Well, it is thought that Dolgoloth She has the agency to do so. For over 1,000 years she has had the agency to come through, but she has not used it. We think the time approaches where Dolgoloth will use her passage to this world. When she does, we must be ready. Well, those heroes that come next must be ready. Well, maybe you must be ready. Sorry, I'm shouting again.
You're trying to get at the way. So,
Are you ready?
Yes, ask. Come on, girl. He taps you on the head. Use your brain.
so Dolgoloth. I don't have any questions. Hang on. Okay, apart from Dolgoloth, you said something about Tiamat.
Yes.
Oh, so Tiamat wants to be.
Her cultists are at work here.
Oh.
They look to collect the masks.
Oh. Okay. Well, I know where one is.
We know where two are.
Technically, we know the location.
Well, then you must do something about it.
What do you think we should do with the masks if we find them? Should we hand them to someone?
This is not lost property, my dear. You must covet them and keep them safe. Keep them from the hands of evil, or train others to do so. Do something, dear. The Radiant said that of you. Said you are most powerful of recent times, yet also the most questioning, the most hesitant also.
Does she talk about me?
Yes, behind your back.
Oh, okay. I'm
One
not
of
sure
her
how I feel
gifted
about that.
champions. And she says, even with justice we must be certain but not too certain, and that is why I love her.
Oh.
Yes, she says of you that you know justice, and yet you are so willing to question everything and be unsure.
Wait, should you be telling me this? Did she say this to you in confidence?
No, such conversations are always open. Justice will not hide!
So, apart from wars, what have you been doing in the many times that we haven't, since you were a wormling?
Service.
Like what?
Service, Janaea! Serving her radiance.
Okay. Like, what kind of things do you do?
Battling evil.
Oh.
My chromatic kin. I battle them. I defeat them. I am wounded by them. They would rake up this firm landscape. They would use their elemental rawness to reduce it to a place where not more than dragonkind would survive.
A while back we fought a Tarask,
Yes.
the Dunadorian.
Yes.
Have you ever seen one or fought
The
one?
Dunadorian was the Tarask of the south who attacked Edgeholm. Of course I remember. You were there. You are credited with defeating it. It happened not too long ago.
Yeah.
This is recent history. What of it?
Have you seen any other Tarasks?
Oh, Tarasks! Everyone's obsession with them.
I mean, there's only a few in the...
I find they are a little like a turtle. If you spin them over on their back, you can have a weak underbelly.
So you've seen them before?
No. I have not seen one, no.
How'd you know they're like turtles?
I talk with my friends.
Oh, who are your friends?
There is a great brass that I converse with. She tackled the Tarask in defense of an entire settlement of civilized folk.
That's pretty
She was
impressive.
wounded, of course, never flew again, but
Oh.
Oh.
once she got it over on its back, so she says, the rest was easy. It's getting it onto its back that is the
How'd you
task.
turn it over?
Ah,
I mean, I've been in one's stomach, but you know.
right. Well, such things would rock the very countryside. Such as your size would not.
You have wings. Why not just? They don't fly, do they? You just fly above it. And
Yes, but if you fly, Elowen, you fool, they will simply run ahead and lay waste to the town, to the city.
Or just pick it up and then drop it.
Element, I wouldn't. You're not a dragon.
There is a reason, my friend, why Tarasks do not have wings.
Why? Why don't they have wings?
They are greatly more heavy than dragon kind.
Do dragons have hollow bones?
Yeah.
There is nothing of me that is hollow.
Alright, I know technically the bones are not hollow, they have little, like, strands inside them.
What are you talking about,
You
Element?
would know who have killed several of my evil kin. You should examine. You should learn.
I was just reminded of Vexy. Yeah, he's got the
Yeah,
red dragon
he's
mark.
probably... I don't know.
What?
Vexalanthus.
Excellentus. A young copper!
Yeah.
Yes!
You've met him?
Petulant
A little bit.
one.
I don't have his ring anymore.
He has one of the masks
Yeah.
of Tiamat. Oh, good God.
Is that bad?
Troubles are ahead.
Is that bad?
I must not interfere.
Why not?
Because there is a balance to keep, my boy. There
Oh,
is a
that's all I
balance.
hear. Balance all the time.
Balance schmalance.
Well, if we all came here, if we all just flooded through, it would give others the right to do so. There is a careful toing
Yes,
and froing.
I've
This is why Dolgoloth will show her face, because of such things.
Come on, Elowen, you should know that.
I know
Remember?
this, but like...
Caladius delivered me my sword, and Dolgoloth grabbed my leg, or whatever.
Yes, and Dolgoloth still has one in the bank, as they say.
From when? From me?
Yes,
Oh.
you know this.
Yes.
Yes. Well, we will hope that you are the gifted justice bringer, the god bringer that they say you are. You have years ahead to prove it. Be of
Yes.
great service to this world. Look, that's some furlong ahead of us is the town of Cladigan. My friends, I will leave you here.
Okay.
It
Thank
is a
you.
great honour to, well, I think the honour actually is yours.
Okay. Yes, this is a great honour. Thank you for giving us.
Who do you think would win in a fight
Ask
betwixt
you.
you two and me? I have to ask.
Depends how many legendary resistances you have.
I do not understand your language. I wonder.
You, I think.
You are mighty. Bothers me that such small folk
We-
become so powerful.
Together, challenge rating 60.
I mean, I could do the old Tarask tactic by like, I
Flipping
don't
you
have
over.
my armor
Oh.
anymore.
No.
But I was gonna say I could like.
It's not put your reliance on things,
No, I know.
but your reliance on her. Yes.
Yeah.
Well met.
Well.
Maybe
then-
in another 1,000 years.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Or when you need passageway across the ocean or something.
Thank you.
I will come to you, for I am Sterling.
Have you? Wait.
Look.
Did you meet? Have you met Apollo?
Met Apollo.
The horse. He's got wings. He tried
There
to.
are many Pegasi,
Was there any?
Mount Celestia.
Was there any trying to come through when you came through?
Nothing would gain get in my way when
Horrible.
passageway to the Prime is called upon by Sterling.
Well, okay. Thank you very
It
much.
has been your honour,
It has been my honor.
and
Yeah.
mine, I suppose.
Yeah.
You have any messages for me?
For a Palladian? Or for you?
Do you have any messages for me?
No.
You're cool.
Dear, you are so slow, aren't you, my dear? How have you met? Well, it's because you have a smart friend. One of you has the muscle, one of you has the mind, and I
Pretty
suppose
much,
between
pretty
you, you
much.
managed to get through. Curious! I shall never know. He starts to glow brighter and brighter. Farewell, my friends.
Bye,
My
thank
mortal friends. I will see you soon.
Immortal, actually.
The light flashes. No, you're not yet.
Ah,
Light flashes to the sky, and he is gone. Out from the terracotta-coloured town, with the curved roofs, perfectly rounded roofs, hemispherical roofs of this sprawling dwarven settlement, you notice a bustling ahead of you, some quarter of a mile, a bustling dwarven town. Populated, even at this distance, you can see by a variety of individuals. Are you going to enter?
We shall
Of
approach,
course.
yes.
Okay.
I need to refill my water. Have a fizzy bottle.
no.
No, Haribo.
This segment is sponsored by Harry.
No.
Here you go, you can have another one.
Thanks. Thanks.
Anytime.
Okay. You approach the open gates of the terracotta walls of this sprawling town. There are no soaring buildings or towers or anything like that. As you enter this organic, flowing, but still very solid, earthy hilltop location, you are bid welcome after short introductions by the diamond bounds. The diamond bounds are those guards and watchers of the town who guard the walls, protect. And after several minutes of questioning, you list your peerage and your business here, and the diamond bounds give you safe passage. You are escorted through the town, through a vast sprawling marketplace where other races come to trade with the rich minerals that lie beneath these hills. You see here and there vast stalls of citrine and peridot, beryl, tanzanite, all these beautiful coloured gems and jewellery. Even here and there you see raw ore being traded. And you are led through to a vast, low building that almost seems to be a hill in and of itself, were it not for the fact that it is smooth, and clay-like. And you enter in to a cool, earthy smelling, clay smelling, vast palace, where after I would say another 20 or 30 minutes or so of pleasantries and introductions, the Diamond Bounds hand you over to a keeper of the Lord of the Crystal Cavern. This keeper takes you to a section of rooms, again dark and earthy, but well lit and well decorated, and into an area of quarters, guest quarters, VIPs. Everyone seems very friendly. And you are taken to a waiting area where Gergran, the keeper of the Lord of the Crystal Caverns, speaks to you. Alright, if you just want to wait here, help yourselves to the liquor we've got for you.
Thank you.
And I'll bring your sister through for you. Now, bear in mind, we've kept her well.
Okay.
Alright?
Yeah.
So, you're welcome to stay another night if you like.
Thank
or
you.
you can be on your way.
Thank you.
Alright, visitors, well, in the name of the Lord of the Crystal Caverns, we welcome you here to Clarigan, and we hope you stay as well if you're going to stay with us, and if not, bring no trouble. Leave with nothing except what you brought, and we'll have your sister sent out.
Thank you.
Alright.
And with that, Gergran leaves, and some Diamond Bounds come through with their short, sturdy spears, tipped with diamond, very Minecraft style. And after waiting in this vast, low-ceilinged room, where the sculpture seems less permanent than in other dwarven strongholds you've been in, carved into the clay of the walls, into the terracotta of the walls, instead of the sculptures that you're used to in the dwarven civilizations you've encountered, here instead it is like what do you call it, porcelains and clays layered upon layered to create different colours and different depths to the sculpture. It is different, it is beautiful, and you get the sense of less permanence to it. After a while, some doors, some heavy wood doors open some 50 feet from you, and flanked by two diamond-bound guards, your sister, clad in her black armour, with two bags over her, slung over her back, two big saddlebags slung over her back, comes out, her hair, her blonde hair, whiter than it has been for a long, long time, if ever you've seen it. Almost platinum blonde. Comes out, it is messy. She is tired, she comes out, she wants, and then she sees you. Tenday!
Hey, Taya! Oh my god. I'll go and hug
She
her.
drops them down and just runs forward. Oh! I'm so sorry I couldn't be there when you came back.
No,
The
I
whole
mean,
freaking place started to fall
I know,
apart.
it's okay.
You would not believe it, everything started. It
What
all went to
happened?
shit.
How?
It all went to shit. The
You'll have to
diamond
tell
bands
us
are there and
about
they
it.
just like go, they'll be leaving you to it then, alright. And off they go. Thank you for keeping me so well these last few days.
Thank you.
And no worry. Thank you very much, thank you. You would not believe it.
What? Okay, you have to tell me everything.
Wait, you've got to try this liquor first. She hands you both the thing.
Okay.
Look, let's sit.
Not the
for
biggest
God's sake.
alcohol enjoyer.
You find some beautiful tapestried, low, clay sofas covered in layer upon layer of rugs and tapestries, and you sit on those to give a firm but comfortable, low, much like this settee, low seating arrangement. And she sits in a chair, much as I am from you, her legs crossed in front of her, with a glass of this liquor. And she says, "I've never seen anything like it.
Tell me.
Well, the casting by the Magisters was immense, and seeing you sucked through that hole, I thought that was it. I thought that was... You were gone forever. It did not... Well, I know little of arcane naturings and workings, but almost immediately after you left, it started to go wrong. There was something in the sheer power of holding open a gateway to the corridors of time. The whole place started to collapse. The white wizard, the nice one,
Yeah.
was sucked through, lost. Then the whole place started to fall down. I acted immediately. I have some of your stuff.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
I thought you'd want it. I thought it might help me, quite honestly, just in getting out if I needed it. That special armour of yours.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to put any of it on, obviously, but
Well, thank you.
I didn't get much. I got what I could, and then I implored the vampire to send me somewhere, anywhere. He would not. He had to hold the forces at bay. So I fled. I just fled. I ran.
Well, I'm just glad you got out. That's...
It took me long enough. The whole place is miles. Just to get out of there was miles along an endless corridor. It was horrible, and behind me I could feel the whole thing falling apart. All that knowledge, and as I ran, ideas started to come to me, new ideas and new memories. I don't know, it drove me mad, and I managed to get free from the library. I stumbled south. I used the stars to guide me, and so these last 3 days I've been walking in the wilderness. It's fine, I can look after myself.
No, I
Don't feel sorry for me. I fought a few yetis, and that was about it.
I'm just very glad that I was really worried when we got back. I mean, it was completely unexpected, but
It's good to know that your relief at knowing your armour is safe exceeds your relief to see me.
know that is not the case, Nate. Of course.
I think it's the case.
I
think
value
it is.
you
I think it
100
is.
times
I think she
more
loves
than
the armour more than me.
No
I think she
way.
does.
Oh really? So can I have the armour then?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd give it to me?
You-
I don't want it. I don't want to wear plates.
I knew
I don't
it.
wear plate. Can't fight in plate.
Do you want to hear what happened to us?
Yes. Tell me everything.
So, in the 3 days, hang on, how long were we actually there for? Like
months.
like how many months?
About 3.5 months.
So like 3 days was 3 months.
Remember you had 108 days.
Yeah.
Well, you had total. You were there for 100. It was reduced a little bit at the time. About 100 days. Let's say roughly. You weren't really keeping track.
Yeah.
We were there for like 100 days.
We got there a lot earlier than we needed to.
Right. Are you trying to build up the mystique? Like, did it work?
Of course it
Yes.
Did you
did.
do it?
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. We did it. But
The weird thing is, I know you went
yeah.
because of something that has never existed. And it drives me mad thinking of this.
Yes.
I know why you went. We saw the blasted lands, the twisted lands, and yet I have, over the last few days, had time to think, am I imagining things? Is this a thought put in my head by Luther? Is this, it felt like mind control, because I know that the centre of our continent, though it is a hard and in places barren and in places certainly a place that festers and fosters evil, I know that what we saw has not come to be. So it is like a vision that never came true. So I know now that I'm not mad.
No, you're
We
not.
saw those things, didn't
Yeah.
we? It is funny to have two memories in my mind at the same time.
I know.
For I have a memory of seeing blasted lands, and I have a memory of seeing the dead woods. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know how to hold both in my mind.
It is strange, I know.
As the hours have passed, one has felt more and more true, and one has felt more and more like a dream. I wonder whether one day it will go forever.
Maybe. But maybe that's for the best.
Well, you averted something amazing. I mean, you averted something terrible from happening.
Yeah.
But we'll say more.
Well, it was a long time, but we were working on it, and we had to do this whole thing. Elwyn, why don't you?
Yeah,
You know the method bit.
We had to swap. So this guy was going to use this stone, Luther. He was going to use the stone and to corrupt the tree, Urishnik or Urishnia. He's going to corrupt it and turn it into what you knew what it was when
Before,
you know, before the evil one. So we replaced his stone with a fake one. He used it. It didn't work because he was involved in this casting. They were there because they were casting a spell to protect the city, and there was 4 first elves, and because Luther was one of the first elves when he used it,
Estelar.
yeah, it interrupted the casting, and the casting went wild, and the Mythalark, which is like a component for the spell, it exploded, and it destroyed everything there. And we got
You
the
had
hell
to
out.
witness that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
we
you
were at
couldn't
the
do
party.
anything.
It like the shockwave hit us like 3 times, and yeah,
And we got to the point where it's just like we
can't really
we
do
couldn't
anything.
do anything, so we had to leave. And Nim left before.
Mhm.
Where is he?
That's what we're gonna get to next. And Kilgar.
He went. I think he went to. Where did he go first?
Well, we don't know. He didn't. He kept it quite secret. But we should. We should send in him as soon as we can.
Yep.
And
Kilgar just flew off. Oh yeah, we turned. Yeah, he's a dragon now.
Okay.
I turned him into a dragon
Why?
because then he can live forever. Well, as long as he doesn't die.
Okay.
You know he
Right.
had no way of getting back, right? He didn't do the stone thingy, you know.
Of course, yeah. We didn't.
Yeah, so
Neither
he
nor
wanted
I
to
got up the mountain.
he wanted to stay there and you know die in the past, which I was like no. So I turned him into a dragon so he could live forever.
Okay.
so he's sleeping somewhere, hopefully. Hopefully safe.
Anyway, I think we're caught up.
Great.
Oh,
all
and then
caught up.
when we came back, he was 120 or something. He was really old.
It aged me. Mhm.
And I was.
Well, I have all sorts of new knowledge in my head, and I can't make sense of it. And my intellect is not vast enough for me to make sense of it. But as that library fell, weird things happened to me, and I have knowledge that I do not know not what to do with.
Like
Like I know spells, but I find I cannot cast them. I know what a spell is, for starters. That's weird. I know magics. Some old. I have parts of fragments in my head. I cannot make sense of them. But I see them everywhere.
did they come from the library? Like the rubies?
No, not from the rubies. Like, I don't know. But I think it is a tragic thing that library. I think they were keeping the knowledge. I'm not sure whether it is a good thing or a bad thing that it has fallen. Nimblefoot would think it was a good thing
Yeah.
because it was like trading memories for knowledge. That people would gift so much knowledge, and it meant that, I don't know, should there be a prize for knowledge? Maybe there should. Anyway, fragments of things are in my mind now of which I cannot make sense. All I know is that perhaps even now Nevermelt sinks further into the ground, further into the glacier. It will be a thing indeed.
Mm-hmm.
To rescue some of the books in there, those vast books that we researched. So much knowledge, it cannot be lost, surely.
I don't think all of it would be, no.
Trevelyan fled.
And do you know what happened to Elman?
No.
I mean, he's still there. We saw him.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to just hold it down.
I hope he's okay.
So never melts no more.
Mm-hmm.
The
I guess it
magisters are
melted.
no more.
Yeah.
I suppose that will be for other people to discover.
The
The legacy.
Anyway, to the important part.
Yeah.
What stuff did you bring?
Okay, so
Hey!
right. Tell me what you've got in your inventory.
I have literally.
No, your original inventory.
Oh, okay. That's in my.
Old character sheet.
No, that's in my notebook that I left at Mom's house. But, okay. Here's some big.
So
ring.
she picks open the biggest saddlebag
Yeah.
and pulls
I
out
have-
Did you get any?
a breastplate.
Okay,
Cannon,
great.
and
Did you
it's-
get
I
any
had
bags
an
of
iron
holding?
stone of greater absorption.
What's that?
I had an iron stone.
Well, wait a minute, we'll get to it. I don't know what half this stuff is. She gets
Yeah.
out your armour, and she did not have a bag of holding. Well, how was it all in a bag of holding?
Yeah, a lot of it was in bags of holding.
Okay. Well, look, stuff started to go screwy when the spell went wrong, alright? So,
Okay.
stuff everywhere started to shatter. Freaking rubies were falling from the ceiling, alright?
Mm.
It's weird.
Okay.
Shit was everywhere.
Yeah.
There's your armour.
Thank you.
What else?
I had an iron stone. I had.
What does that look like?
It's like it was a triangle, like pyramid. It's okay if you didn't grab it.
Oh, hang on. Hang on. This here.
Yeah, that.
This thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't throw it.
Okay.
Don't throw it.
Alright. Do you have anything else?
I
Did you have
have
that ring that got you?
for Vexy.
What?
I had a
No, there was a ring that healed you, didn't it?
yeah.
Ring
And
of
I had-
regeneration. That was actually mine.
No, it wasn't. We found it together.
Ah.
Did you? I
I
had.
don't know, I don't think I've got that.
Do you have any rings in there? Because I had a ring to contact our dragon friend. Still.
I might have. Hang on. Hang on. Is this it?
Yeah. Wait, is
Okay,
it?
yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Hang on.
Wonder magic missile.
I had my other. I had Storm.
Oh, your sword.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Okay. Oh, you're so. No.
But you've got a Tarask sword to get.
I know.
That'll be way better.
Wait, what about his light sword?
Hang on a second.
His
Ugh.
family.
That's my family sword.
Right, let's see what I got back.
Okay. You get the lightsaber.
I didn't get. All I know is this handle of a sword. I'm so
Wait, that's
sorry.
it?
that
Oh, that
light
is
came
it.
off.
That is it.
Are you sure?
Hey!
Okay, great. There we go. I love your faces then. You're like, oh, that is it. Okay, so you got that. What else?
Did you get my bag of holding?
No, everything flew out. It was crazy.
Ah.
You don't understand.
My carpet of flying.
I got no bags of holding. What else did you
You get a
have? done?
carpet.
My carpet of flying. My bestie.
What, this?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What else?
My wand of magic missile that was technically Danae's. She killed her ex with it.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry.
Oh.
What
I
else?
killed my ex with it.
Killed Edax.
Oh.
So her ex. What about?
Also, what about these? I hate the. Well, I quite like the colour actually. I did put them on to keep me warm. I have
What
to
are
say. Some robes.
Oh yes. What colour are they?
Grey.
Thank you. These are my prized possession.
They kept me so warm.
Yeah,
What
they,
else?
they should have also increased your armor class.
What else?
There's a ring with a small mirror on it. I can use it to bounce spells back at people. It's very cool.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, that one.
What else?
My
We also had like a bunch of keys, cause like ceremonial keys that we got given because we like saved loads of towns. Did you get
But
them?
what you don't understand is like everything went crackers in the
Ah.
cavern. Like everything started coming out of your bags.
Yeah.
So it was like something was just like it's weird. Everything was just like flying out and going everywhere.
Let me think.
Anything else?
I'm trying to think. My ring of protection +3. It's one of the most powerful.
You got an honestly a +3 one.
Yes.
What do you mean this?
yeah, this one.
Right.
Oh, it feels so good.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
So far, all my stuff has been recovered.
Wait, except the ring of regeneration.
Yeah, no ring of regeneration. That's lying at the bottom of Nevermelt
Oh.
for future heroes to find. As is a wand of
They
magic
can't find
missile.
any of my stuff.
As is a shit ton of treasure because you had a lot of coin in your
Yeah,
bags of
I had
holding
like a
as well.
bunch of literally.
Oh.
And you have no bags of holding, by the way.
Ah!
Anything dimensional was fucked up in that.
Yeah,
You've got like a mithril circuit from Edgehome. It's kind of like a little thing that they gave us for the Jurassic.
What do you
No,
mean?
we have a bunch of ceremonial stuff that just I assume is just like
I
lost.
don't, yeah, I didn't pick
Because
up.
we had like
Ah.
I
keys
picked up
and
stuff that looked.
circlets and
Sorry,
just
I'm so
loads.
sorry.
It's okay. I mean, I'll rather you get out. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that.
Shut up. Do you still have Nim's daggers? Is that what you're using?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
think that's
Or, mind you, let's see. No, they got sucked up into the thing.
Both?
Into the thing. Yeah. Do
Oh.
you think he's going to be mad?
He's got Tarascons, it's fine. I think you're going to be mad because then you're not getting the
How did you fight
Tarascons.
the Yetis if you had no daggers? Do you have your bow?
Punch them.
What's that?
How did you fight the Yetis if
I had a knife. I can punch.
Did you
Look.
I know, like. Do
I'm a monk.
you have your bow?
No.
Lol.
I am a monk and I punch those yetis to death.
You also, yes, daggers and bows, but well done.
I literally have all my stuff.
You happy?
Yeah.
Great.
Do you want to go? Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, the alchemy joke.
I'll hug her.
The alchemy
Oh
joke.
no, Kilgar's going to be gutted because I got it.
You took a giant jug with you, but not a tiny ring.
Exactly, because I was running out of there. I didn't have time to look around on the floor.
Yeah.
Your bags, it literally exploded shit everywhere. I picked up what looked.
Did you
cool.
get the 500 pounds of firewood we had in there?
No. One of them hit me on the head though. Look, she moved her head. She
Oh my
goes,
God.
"See, yeah.
Wait. Boop. Oh, healing.
Okay, thank you.
I'll hug her. Thank you.
Come on, let's get the fuck out of
Okay,
here. Where are we
okay.
going
Okay.
next? What's happening?
Well, we need to find Nimblefoot.
The
and
job's
kill her.
done. What do we do now?
Find Nimblefoot and kill her.
I know, but what do we do now? I don't mean now. I mean, what do we do?
I guess.
I mean,
whatever
you've still
we
got a lot
want
of
to do.
adventuring ahead of you.
What do you mean I'm older than you?
Yeah, she's got older than both of us.
No, but you're not older than me. You're the same age.
Yeah, I'm the same age as you. A load of adventuring ahead of me. What, are you retiring, 23-year-old?
I'm actually 127. I was until
No, you're not.
I was.
No, you're not.
Biologically,
I was.
Not
until-
anymore.
your cells were that old. That's all. It doesn't mean you've lived.
You
for
don't
that
even know
long.
what biologically means.
Of course I do.
Hey,
It's a
she's
Sanctum
smart.
Mysterium. How do you think I got my fists to glow just now?
By knowing what biology means.
Yeah, well they do. They kind of teach you some meditations
They say
about all
biology.
like everything within us is like universes.
Hey, do you want to pay a visit to the Sanctum, by the way?
Well, of course.
Because Ellie and Merrin Frath are there, so I thought we could go visit.
All right. Well,
Do you want to go home first?
yeah,
then?
because I told them to go there. Don't. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
okay.
Yeah.
But have you been home?
No, I've been at the Nevermelt.
Oh yeah. Sorry, it's crazy. It's been like 3 months for me, and
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I
It's a
forgot.
few days ago I
Okay.
saw you.
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
I'm gonna put on my robes
Okay, you put on your
I
robe.
put-
and
my
my
armor.
ring of protection.
Alright, you done your armour, you've got it on. Do you want to attune to these things?
Yes.
Alright, we'll decide what of the 3 things you have that you're attuning to.
But
Hey,
you know full well.
Ellen, will you be using this? Your sword, the sword, the saber?
I'm not very trained with swords.
So like, can I have it maybe?
You could have it, but just like wield it in my honor.
Okay, I mean aside from Palladius' order, yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's Sunblade. Alright,
Can
good.
I attune to that?
Alright, you tune to Sunblade, your armour, and what else?
The Ironstone.
The Ironstone. Okay, good.
Yeah.
That means you can't contact Vexalanthus because you haven't attuned to that ring.
Okay, I'll attune to the ring then instead of the Ironstone.
Okay, just so.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You never use that iron stuff.
I know. Because no one, whenever there's wizard duels, it's always with you, and I don't need it. They don't actually do it. But yeah.
Alright, so.
Okay, armor class.
Here you are in Clandigan. Where would you like to go next, and what would you like to do next?
Hey, where would you prefer to go? Do you want to go to Curtin, or do you want to go to go home? Because I can't remember if I continued paying the servants at our house, so that's why I think maybe. Do you remember?
I want to go home.
Me too. And can you take us home?
No, okay. Give me a second.
It might be a bit run down because I don't remember if I paid the servants or not.
Okay. Well, remember to pay your bills.
Hang on, you live there too. How about you pay the bills?
Well, we haven't talked about this. You've kind of taken over home, to be fair.
I mean, I haven't been here. I mean, neither of you.
Look, don't get cocky.
Hey. Look, I have no money anymore.
What
Did
do
you?
mean?
Unless you grabbed it from
Well, where are you
Nevermore.
going to get money from? You have to have money.
I kept it all on my
Don't
person.
worry, I can just inflate the economy with wish.
What?
That was dark.
Right, I'm back to 20 armor class.
Alright. Adjust your armour classes accordingly.
What's your armor class?
21.
I've almost got as much armor class with you just by wearing robes.
Alright. What would you like to do?
You'd like to go back to our mansion?
At Vista?
Yeah.
On the island of Vista? Okay. Is that where you're going?
Yep.
Alright. You don't have a permanent circle there, so I'd still like you to roll.
I know it
We know
very
it well,
I'd like
right?
you to roll percentage. There's still a very, like a 1% chance that you get it wrong.
95.
Fine. Okay. With that. Whereabouts do you want to be?
Right
Exactly.
outside there.
Right.
Outside, okay. The weather has changed. Roll d20.
1.
Okay. Roll d20.
I missed.
So the temperature's fine. That's a 1.
Really?
And precipitation.
10.
10. Okay. It is a
Someone pick that
calm,
up.
normal, no wind, no precipitation,
Do you know what, can
normal
you grab my
temperature
dice?
for the for the time of year.
Don't grow it.
And you are outside in tall grass that comes up to your mid-calf, standing front a large timber mansion. Outside, on their knees, a servant pulls weeds from the cracks in the plaster of the basement level, pulls out some ivy and works the garden. Looks up at the of you guys apparating there. Ah!
Oh, sorry. Hello.
You're
Tenday?
Lady Tenday.
Yeah.
Sorry, my lady.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
And Lady 8.
And that guy.
Okay. I'll just go and say that you've arrived.
Yeah, okay, yes.
And this
Thank you.
awkward boy runs off. You notice as he runs off, he's very short and of the halfling species. As he totters up the things and into the house.
What did they say?
The door opens. And a very well kept dwarven gentleman, perfect plait, black plait down the front here, in the style of Vista Isle. Big, slightly superior eyebrows, very tightly drawn back ponytail of black hair, wearing a suit, tails, bow tie. My lady,
Hi.
I am Rotmund,
Hello.
your butler.
Oh, thank you.
We've never met.
No.
It has been many moons since we've been here. Do come in.
Oh, thank you.
Your like he sort of stands with his hands up. Would you like me to carry anything, your ladyship?
Yes, please. I mean, I don't really. I'll give him my
Hey,
old
just
armor.
chucks her cloak on top of the.
Hey,
Thank you,
be
milady.
perfect.
Thank you, milady.
I'll give him the armor that I took off to put this one on.
Thank you, milady.
And my other sword.
Thank you, milady.
Thanks. What was your name again?
Rotmund.
Okay, thank you. Rotman.
Rotmund Skullbelch.
Thank you.
Cool name.
Thank you, sir.
This is Elowen. Lancaster.
Mr. Lancaster, welcome.
Okay.
Welcome to Onor Manor.
Yeah. Looks really nice now. Haven't
We
He
have
steps
a
aside
manor.
to let you walk in to the cool,
Thank you.
well-tiled and well-restored entryway. Help us understand what you see as we enter this place. Bear in mind, at some point, the money for restoring the manor
Yeah.
ran dry,
Yeah.
and it is a skeleton crew here.
Yeah.
There is Rotmund,
Okay.
little Theron, who was outside. Theron is the serving boy. You may also run into Lesbel, who is your maid.
Okay.
And cook, quite a good cook, a very proficient cook as well. So you have Lesbel, the name I just gave, it's fun.
Rotman.
Rotman. And
Little Theron.
Darren.
Theron.
Theron.
Darren, yeah.
Theron, that's right. Theron. This is us. We look after Onor Manor.
Thank you. Yes.
And welcome home, your ladyships. We weren't expecting you,
Yeah.
so forgive me this terrible
It's okay.
unprofessionalism.
No, it's okay.
Will you be staying long?
Hey, do you want to stay here?
Oh, we're home, aren't we?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, we'll be staying.
All right, butler. Let's start with some tea, and we'll take it in the sitting room. Of course, your ladyship.
Oh no, you're gonna way abuse it.
I'm not abusing anything. I want tea. I
Okay.
want old Butty Butler there. What's
Oh
his
my
name?
god.
Do you guys need more?
Rotman.
Rotman. Rotman!
Stop,
Have you got
Taya!
any cakes or sweetmeats, anything like that? Of course, your ladyship. I'll have a look.
Hey, Taya, you're an asshole.
Danae,
Yes.
you guys need to pay these people, right?
We have no money.
Do you
I've
want
got,
some?
I've got some money.
You've got money?
Yeah, of course I have.
So why are you having a go at me about not paying?
Because you never pay your way. I always used to pay your way. You played little sister, just getting away. I've always paid your way. But
That's
don't worry, I'll
not
do
true.
it
I'm the
again.
famous one.
Hey, boy. What's his name? What's his name?
Theron.
Theron. Oh, yes,
Be
yes.
nice to him
Yes,
too.
your ladyship. Hello.
Sounding like
What do you do around here? Well, I tend the gardens, your ladyship, and I fetch and serve, and we're keeping the place clean in your departure, in your absence. We're hoping that all right. Listen, how much do you get paid? What's your salary? Oh, 4 crowns a week. For me, I can't speak for the others. 4 crowns. Fine. All right. Well, tell you what. Listen, come here. My sister over there
8.
is tight-fisted.
8.
If you ever want money, yes, your lordship. If you ever need money or payment or any jobs being done, come to me first, all right? All right, good. Now, Theron, take this. Hang on. And she opens it, looks in. Okay, there's about 20 platinum in there. Take that to old Buddy Butler. What's his name again?
Rotman!
Rotman. Take it to Rotman. Okay, yes, Master Rotman. Yes, take it to Rotborough, and then and make sure everyone's paid and up to date as well. I will, your ladyship. All right, off you go. Go on. Thank you, ladyship. Off you runs. That's how you handle staff.
Where did you learn such great people skills?
I have brilliant people skills.
Mhm.
All right, what you doing?
Okay, right, I'm going to my room. Okay, so did we have this mansion for that 3-year downtime, or was that when it was being built?
It was being built in 3-year downtime.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't take the entire 3 years.
Like, have we decorated it?
I would say that about 60% of it is kind of restored.
Okay.
There are still areas where the rooms are blank. The roof was the most important thing to get on because that protected it from the weather. It
Yeah.
didn't have one. The upper floors have been restored. So there is a mixture of the old and the new.
Is it like in Skyrim when you get Lakeview Manor and you just don't furnish any of the rooms and you just build them?
Yeah, it's a bit like that. Yeah. A lot of it's like that, and then
Yeah.
some rooms
No,
are.
my bedroom's really cool and snazzy.
Okay, yeah, we'll say that.
Should we get some money and get some people to
Downtime,
furnish
building
it?
tower, building home. So that was done in 284, 2 years ago. So it's been, I'd say, for about 2 years, it's been
Okay.
slowly rebuilt with the money you
Yeah.
left behind for it,
Yeah.
which was in the tens of thousands.
Yeah.
But yeah, that doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
Can I roll my portents for today, please?
Yes, please go ahead.
This is for wishing. You just wish money. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, 93.
You wishing 25 grand?
Yeah.
Okay, you literally, as the
I wish-
girls are fighting over money, you just, hang on a second. Because wish is unpredictable as well, it arrives in a chest.
Yeah.
You literally just go,
It might be
and over in
trapped.
the corner of the room, and there's just a chest. And it arrives with such a of the most potent creative magic
Yeah.
that the lid of the chest sort of like with its arrival kind of like a and you see a glimpse of gold.
Wish is unpredictable, it might be trapped. Might be trapped. Might be a mimic. Okay.
Did you just make this?
Yes.
Can we have it?
Do you want to marry me?
No.
I tell you no.
What? That'd be brilliant.
No.
You could do this, what, every day?
Yep. 3 times.
Okay. Brilliant. It lasts forever?
Should. It should.
Okay.
It will. I'll see to it.
Okay, yeah. You just will it? How freaking powerful are you?
Yeah, that took a lot more out of me than you would care to know.
Have you gone down to 3 strength?
Yes.
As a result of that?
you
Okay.
just keep it together.
That
yeah.
still happens, but it doesn't, you're not prevented from casting it again.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you immediately seem weary from it and like big bags under your eyes. How long are you like that for?
Till I take like a few long rests or something. Every long rest I get 1 point straight back. So like,
Really? Jesus.
it's a week, but I've already been like this a lot of times.
Well,
already.
Elwin, I think since I have a room in your tower, you should have a room in our
I
mansion.
will because of that gold. It's
Yeah.
actually 2,500
So I
platinum.
mean, feel
it's
free
not
to
gold.
pick a room.
Tea, my
Decorate it.
ladyship and Mr. Lancaster.
Thank
Lays
you.
it down. Thanks, butler. Your ladyship.
Bala.
This is brilliant.
So wait, do you have a room?
What, are you alright?
Are our rooms where they were before? Like,
you ordered it, you planned it.
Yeah, I
didn't
put our rooms back where they were before the burning.
Well, you did not have a lot to say about where the rooms were because you couldn't even remember it.
Yeah.
I actually spoke to the architect more than you.
That's why I'm asking you. Are our rooms in this?
Well, let's go see.
Okay.
Can we, as long as I fund it like this, can you like add a tower on the side of the house for me? I'll
We
pay
wanted
for
to
it.
keep it similar to how it was before, but
I mean, like Lakeview Manor,
What do you
like
mean?
you could just
My
have.
father had a study
yeah,
underground.
I mean, even though.
Oh yeah, I mean we went
Take
down
that
there,
space.
and
Yeah,
there
we
was a
take that space.
there was a
Well, that was completely done out.
there was a
That gutted.
gelatinous cube down there before.
No, I don't mean in the caverns.
Yeah.
That was,
Oh, yeah.
that was blocked up.
There was a basilisk down there.
Okay.
Do you want
There's
the
a place,
area?
there's
of
a
the
Yes,
other
I would
house?
like that
Alright.
area.
Well, you can have that.
Okay, thank you.
Right. He was a fervent, passionate, loyal, kind of cultist in a way against being part of Red Wing.
Yeah.
And so it has been restored in a fashion that suits him, and you can add in your own furniture and stuff like that.
If I
I think
cast,
with Dad would be happy.
yeah,
Yeah.
if I cast Magnificent Mansion every day for a year, will the doorway become permanent?
No,
Oh,
it's not how the spell works.
why? Why can't it work like that? Okay.
You would have to make an Arcana check 365 times at a DC of 27. Any single failure?
Oh, no.
No.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good, thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You have a study. Again, we can maybe in the next game talk more about what you do there and everything. But what ensues here? How long do you seem you now have
Frolicking.
you now have 25,000 gold.
We're gonna
decorate.
spend that on furnishing the house out,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. So Lac Vista is now Vista.
Yeah.
And this is Vista Isle. That is your home. I'd say you take a Tenday to settle back into the house, to make contact once again with the craftsmen, the architects that redesigned the house with your help, with Atea's help, and you re-engage them using some of the enchanted summoned gold to do so. Just make me a persuasion check.
My tables.
You don't need a table.
Persuasion, hang on.
Take the number and add.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
number.
I know. 27.
27. Good. Okay. You have no trouble. They haven't seen you in many moons, but in re-persuading and letting people know that you're there. You have the keys to Vista.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Well, I
you
mean,
are-
we don't, but yes.
What do you mean?
Unless 8 got to
No, but the key is an honorary title
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well
yeah.
as a thing. So you are welcomed back and heralded over the next 10 days as protectors of Vista Isle.
Well, and I'm Lady of Vista, and you're Lord of.
You're Lady of Vista, you're
Yeah.
Lord of Curtin. So you are not expected to be here all the time or anything even close to it. But
Yeah.
over the next 10 days, you and your sister embark on several bureaucratic visits to the governing bodies of the town and learn a little bit about the way the island works, which is mainly through import and export, and it has to be a small town because all it really has to trade with anyone nearby is fish. It is a very humble town without a lot of money. It was seen many, many decades ago as a safe place to hide you, a place separated from the surrounding realms and harder to get to, harder to access, so hence why you arrived here. You're not natives of here, you've always been visitors, but some of the older people in the town, some of the older councillors can remember your parents, remember when you first arrived here, so you are seen as part of the local family, so to speak. Alright, that 10-day pass is relatively uneventfully as you pay the monies to continue to have your house fixed. And I'd say.
Also, sorry, Ian.
No, go on.
I was gonna say where our parents' room used to be, like in that room. We'll do it in like an honorary way. It will be like no one should stay in there,
Okay.
but we'll decorate it nicely.
Alright, I'd say because both of you were forced from this house at a young age, and now you have all your memories back. You know that you had a gift granted to you and your sister in utero by a goddess.
Mm-hmm.
That in you came forward as, well, hang on, now I think about it, you're not twins. So the gift was granted to your mother. This is what you realise in long evening talks with Eloin, as the three of you are served teas and all sorts by the butler. You discuss these things and come to learn, and so does Eight come to learn. You break it to her that maybe you started the fire, and that your goddess granted you, your mother, special gifts that would be transferred to you and her. Because of course 8 has that same radiant ability, although hers, maybe it's something to do with the intention of your goddess, hers is always sort of better or more humbly suppressed than yours. So, because you were forced from this house so young, you're not able to, it's not like an exact match. You're not building something that is a museum to the past.
Yeah.
But there are elements of it that honour the past.
We'll have like little shrines to our parents in their room, I think.
Okay. Yeah,
That
cool.
kind of thing.
But many of the rooms are kind of redesigned
Yeah.
from some scant memory, but mostly in the way you want it to be.
Well, I want to get like a trellis up the side because we always had like roses growing up the side of our house, so I'll get that again.
That's definitely done.
Yeah.
That's definitely done. So a 10-day passes.
In the 10-day, can I legend lore? What's the guy's name? Oh, what's the first elf that I like? I just forgot his name was Keldudra.
Something- oh, yeah.
Can I legend lore Keldudra?
Yes, you can.
Thanks.
Okay.
Take notes.
You legend lore Keldudra, and this is what you learn.
I'm actually gonna have to watch this stream back and retake notes into my notebook because I don't have.
So many notes. Keldudra is a living first elf, thought to be the saviour of Ao, the central, beautiful city of Acrayon. With Relpatha's descent and old age, madness really, that took him as he descended into undeath, it was Keldudra who is the only known person to return to Ao and to, what would you call it, take on leadership above and beyond the existing levels. He was given the very highest trust of the first elf royalty, and he still lives, although it would place him at nearly 2,000 years old. Old even for an elf, even for the oldest elves, really, really old. And he has, well, what is there really to say with legend lore?
Any like
He, along with Kalanui, was able to erect a mythal around Ao. So it remains to this day a protected city that demonic forces cannot enter, even though much of the forest around Acrayon has been plundered by demons. During the Great War, some of the dwarven clerics, dwarven warlocks, took on pacts with demons, and vice versa, to try and overthrow the other. Great evil was certainly unleashed on the world in a hideous way. And but Ao, the city, stands as it always has, for thousands and thousands of years, a light of the ancient First Elves. Now, with the Great War being over, most of the First Elves have left Aeon or been killed. So it is not known how many First Elves remain, but they are a bit like a white rhino is to us. They are a rarity. But Keldudra is known, or thought, there have been no recent sightings of him in the last few hundred years, is thought to still occupy the highest peninsulas of the city of Ao in Acrayon, and to benevolently use his unfathomable magic to, if not protect the realms, protect the legacy of the First Elves.
Great. I'm sending him.
Alright. During those 10 days, you're sending him.
Yeah.
Wow, somebody hasn't heard from you for 1400 years. Alright, go ahead.
Hello, Keldudra. Hopefully you remember me, but I am Elwyn of House Lancaster. We spoke 1400 years ago in Torreon.
That'll do in terms of number of words. Isn't it?
No, I have 4 more.
Okay.
I have no. I've returned from then.
Like auto-tune from an alien voice. Almost a whisper you hear back. So now I know that what you said was true. And I speak once more with the Savior of my people. I would honor you visit with me soon. We'll pass the mythal. I have willed it.
Epic.
Down to do some other
You
sending.
get a sending come back, actually.
Oh.
There are gifts I would share with you, things I would tell you, magics, old magics. And with Nevermelt fallen, who knows what we might learn.
come soon. Within the year, we will honor you.
Alright, I reply to that. I will make sure that I do. I'm glad the information I gave you helped. As I hoped it would.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright. What next?
Nim.
Oh yeah. Hey Nimblefoot. I don't know how long it's been for you, or like which one you are. I hope you're the Nimblefoot, but it'd be great if we could meet and talk again. It's been so long. For you. Probably.
Not so long, my friend. You saw me die in Metropole. That was when last I saw you, right?
What? Yeah.
That was me.
Oh, this
Me
one.
now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's only one me. And you're not there listening to you answering. So you hear. Okay, you hear back. Not so long, but too long, all at once, my friend. I am with my brother. I will meet you. Where shall we meet? I liked it at the last rest.
Oh, come
How
on.
about we meet there? Or at the ruins of that stupid library.
No, I don't want to go there.
Name the place and I'll be there.
Sending's Nimblefoot. Can we just go to my tower? If not, the last rest. I really don't want to go to crumbling Nevermelt.
Sure.
Which one?
Which one?
We'll
No.
meet at your stupid tower.
Oh, thank God.
Wait. The last time. Does this one remember or?
Where are you now?
The maze.
I'm not sending him back. I don't care. I'm not casting. Okay, fine. I do it again. We're at.
No, actually, he knows. I use my psionic ability to wheel you down to the nearest mile. And let's see whether he would guess it. Yeah. 21. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Short rest. Alright. A little, because this is a more powerful, this is like Nimblefoot now. What's up?
What Nimblefoot is he? Wait.
There's only one here now. Remember the diagram?
Yeah.
So now from 286 onwards, it's
Yeah.
only...
But he's not the one that came with us, right?
It's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same
he
one.
is.
Yeah.
It's the same guy.
He just arrived back earlier than you. Remember the diagram?
Okay. Yeah.
So when he left, rather than coming back to 286,
Yeah.
he came back to 205.
Okay.
So he's done 83 years. He's seen you a few times then.
Yeah.
Like he saved you at Dragon's
Oh,
Spear.
okay, yeah,
He's
yeah,
about
yeah.
to say all of this. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
you hear, about an hour later, a bit like when Thor turns up, you hear outside and the flashing comes through the window. You recognise it to be a plane shift spell or plane shift magic. And then there's Bing dong!
Hey, Rotman! Can you get the
Who
door?
is-
Of course, my dear,
Thank you.
your ladyship, I'm already there, I'm already there.
Who
And you hear in
invented the
hallway,
doorbell?
There's a doorbell.
hoping my friends will be there. Yes, of course, sir. You're coming. Would you like me to take the... No, it's okay.
And then coming striding into the room, perfectly white haired, but otherwise not old looking, but just white haired,
Yeah.
and with black cloak all the way covering head. Luke Skywalker in the end of The Mandalorian. So Jedi Kate strides in, Nimblefoot, my friends,
Yeah.
runs over and hugs you. Runs over and hugs you. Gives 8 a tap on one shoulder so she looks there and then goes hi. And the other one, and then gives her a hug. And then sits down. Well, this is nice.
Yeah.
So I'm not dead.
Yay!
That's good. But you got this, right? From when we were at the top of the mountain. So
Yeah,
I came back early. I had some things to do.
Yeah.
I had a lot of things to do, actually. Save your life so that any of this could happen.
Yep.
You'd be glad to know.
You're a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You realize how crazy it is? If you had died at Dragonspear, which you did, and you were about to, you remember that?
I would have been.
You were about to, like, the rate was literally about to reach into your chest as well. And then I totally blasted it.
Totally.
You realize if I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have been able to go back in time or be,
It'll be.
so none of this would have happened. Crazy. So you're welcome.
Yeah, I know that if we had to die, none of this would have happened.
Yeah.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Shut up,
You're
Alan.
Mhm.
Do you want some tea?
Yeah, I'll have some tea. Yeah.
Rotman!
We want to land this ship and drink some fucking tea. Alright.
Hey, Tail, why don't you tell Nimblefoot what you lost?
Why'd you lose? Not my knives. Not my knives. My knives. She lost them. Falls onto the floor. Comes back to punch him. He just catches it. No. Don't lose my deck. Okay. But I said make me some, right? Out of the
Yeah,
tea.
we got to go collect that.
Okay.
Well, technically,
But
you didn't
first of
say.
all-
No, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that we made it out of the Trask teeth. Actually,
Why?
because he wasn't there for the Trask. He was dead. He wasn't.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we
Well,
told
no,
him.
I was here for that. I was here. It's weird. I'll never
Okay.
try and explain it.
Okay.
Other than to say, there was a point where there was a youngish me and me now at the same time, so I had to be away so I didn't upset things.
Okay.
I love upsetting things, but I had to not upset things. So I
Okay.
went away. I've been away a long time. So it's kind of, here's an easy way to put it. I've seen you a few times in the last 83 years.
Whoa.
Since I said goodbye to you in Temple District,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was 83 years ago for me.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Gotta tell you something.
yeah.
Not quite sure I know where Kilgar's gone.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Can you do your? You can see.
Yeah,
what,
I know, but there's something interfering with it.
seriously?
Yes.
Like what?
I don't know. It usually works pretty well, but
How are we gonna find him?
I don't know.
That's okay. I'll make sure.
How? Care to share?
Spells. I'm quite skilled in the arts of.
Like, I can know if somebody's in another plane, and I can, if they're here, I can locate them pretty well.
Yeah.
But,
So do you think he's on another plane?
Okay, I've had a long time to research this, okay?
Yeah.
You remember the Spelljammer?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yep.
Because we remember that now,
Yeah.
don't we?
Yeah.
That was crazy a few days ago,
Yeah.
right? When that happened. So, I think maybe this is something we can research another time, but there's a place that you might think of as plane space. The space between the planes, the ethereal planes, where the stars are out there.
Okay.
Space.
Yeah, I know of that. He's there, isn't he? You're saying that.
My feeling is he's somewhere.
Why would he go there?
I'm just saying it's a feeling.
Okay.
If you wanted to make sure you didn't get hurt and you could stay well away, where's better to go?
Can dragons breathe in space?
True.
I don't even know what space is. I just thought all those stars were...
I've like.
Yeah, I
They
don't
were just
understand.
lights in a ceiling that was very high.
You thought that? I just thought like...
Remember
What
the
did
well
you
of
think it was?
I don't know, I didn't really
Hey,
think
did you
about
get the well
it.
of many worlds? Hey,
Atea.
Atea.
What's that?
Well of many
wrong
worlds.
Atea.
It's a little piece of cloth.
Oh, no, but I got it.
How?
Because I knew when you would go,
Yeah.
so I got it beforehand. I'm a great pickpocket, you know that. Of course I got the well of many worlds.
Okay.
Remember
you
when we
you
opened
never,
it?
You never took it back into Nevermelt. I never took it back into Nevermelt.
What?
No, I never came to Nevermelt, did I?
No.
Or did I? No, I did.
Wait.
Hang on.
Doesn't matter. Remember when we opened it and we went straight into one of those big balls of light? That was one of those in the sky.
Huh.
It was a star, and we opened it and we were inside a star. I mean, my toes were, so like, you know.
You still have no toes.
Yeah, that's true. I think the ring of
You got the ring of
regeneration. When I used it to regenerate.
I was well nice about that bit. That would have been the very corona of a star. It wouldn't have been like
Yeah.
in a star. It would have just like
You.
the gravity would have just like it's ridiculous.
His toes got burnt.
I
I
didn't
burnt
want-
my toes on a star. I think that is the best ride ever.
No, I didn't want to put my
I didn't lose
fingers.
your toes. I burnt them off in a star.
I didn't want to dip my fingers in just because then I'd lose my fingers and that's even worse. So I was like, okay, what
Why
can
would
I
you put anything in a burning thing?
I didn't know what it was. It might have been like the celestial plane. Like it's really right there.
It is really
I'm just
great.
traumatized by that massive dreadnought.
That was in a different hole. That was
Yeah, right. So like that's sort of where spelljammers fly. Sort of there. And
Yeah, the spelljammer was
realm
actually
space.
really slow. Now that I think about it, like it
Yeah,
wasn't.
but not in realm space. They're not.
Hmm.
We'll look into it.
Yeah.
Ugh, Adventures for Kilgore, the sub campaign.
The Adventures for Kilgore.
Joking.
All right. What else do you want to do in this one? Let's stretch. Well, is there anything you want to do in the immediate timeline?
I
Do you
want
wanna
to
go
go visit. What were you?
Narrow Threat and
Yeah,
Ellie?
yeah.
You visiting them? Are you
Get them.
not
I'm
responsible for them? Where are you
I'm
going
gonna
to
bring
do
them
them?
home. Bring them back to Eccoville.
Eccoville.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone want to spend? I'll say that Nimblefoot stays with you for a few days.
I'm gonna set up a permanent teleportation circle in the manor. By the way,
Okay, that'll be next game because that takes a while to do that. I believe. Look at teleportation circle. I believe it takes a while. What's it called?
teleportation circle. Every day for 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do that in the next one.
DW. Yeah, and guards and wards. They're the same thing.
Yeah.
Every day for a year.
Okay. Okay. In the next 10-day slot, you journey to the Sanctum Asarium. I'll say Nimblefoot comes with you for this, just for fun. He's with you for, I'd say, another 10 days. As you're reunited at the sanctuary, 8 is welcomed back in, and you are reintroduced to your foster parents and your adoptive
Thing.
thing. This little girl. She runs out looking not that much older, slightly longer hair than when you last saw her a few months before.
Hey,
4
Ellie!
months ago. Okay. Deception check to try and hide that.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
Okay.
Ellie's got the highest insight possible.
23.
Okay, cool.
She knows.
She runs out. Yay! I'm
Hi!
Oh, was it all good? Was your adventure good?
Yeah, it was great. It was amazing.
Watch this.
Yeah!
Watch it. Rats start to come out.
Oh, God.
See, look.
Oh my God,
Wait. Sit. And all the rats sit. Run over there. Run back. And go away now. I'm bored with you.
That's amazing, Ellie! Well done! That's so good!
Yeah.
Have you been reading that book about dragons that I got you?
Yes.
What have you learned? Have you learned
Dragons.
lots?
Yeah. Lots about dragons.
That's good.
Yeah. Coloured ones are horrible.
Yeah.
Even though I love colours. The metal ones are nice.
Yeah! Like the necklace that I showed you.
That's it.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, you got it!
Yeah. Got it.
Well done. Yes.
Mary and Freth hug you tightly and are delighted to see you. Are you? Can we go home?
Yes.
There originally was threat from the
Oh,
city
I mean-
that you were
Yes.
people not safe. There had been some crimes and there was word that you were hunted by the main city, by Metropole,
Yes.
by Kurthdeep rather.
Yeah.
That's the first time you hear somebody say Kurthdeep and you're not sure what they mean.
Kirsty?
Aye.
Where's that?
Capital.
Okay, yeah, yes, of course. Kirsty, yep.
But that seems to have calmed down in the last moon or so.
Yeah, so I figured we could take you back to Echoville.
Yeah, we were wondering. Not sure how safe we feel there with you. What with you being so famous and everything.
Well, I mean, me and Ate have the Onal mansion if you would like to stay there.
We were wondering we could look after the place.
Of course! I didn't think about that before. Is there anything you need to get from
Yes.
the house?
And you spend the next 10 days moving stuff
Yeah.
as a result of some teleportation magic and some just good old-fashioned carting. A nice, I'd say, 6-day journey to go up to Echoville and actually do that trip along the northern bank of Vista Lake, where you noticed that it is slightly more forested than you remember. Not so well logged.
Is Nim still with us?
Yeah, I'd say at this point, yeah, it's just not.
Yeah, what's going on to the the
It's great, isn't it?
yeah, what
Yeah.
happened?
Pay attention to the elven population of Vista as well.
Oh, that's so good. I'm so glad.
It's really good. I was able to interfere just enough.
That's good.
Alright, good. So you get Merrow and Freth to
Yep.
the manor, to Onor
Yeah,
Manor. Everyone's at the house.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Yeah.
Meteor falls, everything is blown up. No. Okay. Okay, is there anything that you'd like to do in the few 10 days? Are you all sticking together?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, there's a point at the end of that bit where Nimblefoot starts to get itchy feet. And he just goes,
You gotta go.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, okay.
There's just so much to explore, and wait a minute, he pulls you to a side during this day, and you go for a walk through the woods surrounding your manor, a walk that takes several hours. And he says, we spent several years adventuring together, and that was a long time ago for me. I still remember you as well as that being yesterday. And there is so much going on in the world. I have managed to explore our psionic gifts to a level that I never before thought would be possible. And it calls me. The Wanderlust calls me again. It hasn't for 100 years, but I gotta go. Miss Ryder and I, maybe we'll be taking some adventures through time even.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah. There are places further back than even we went that we may dip our toes in. I'll be careful.
You probably do.
But,
Wait, is the cornerstone okay?
of course,
Miss Drider has it again?
Miss Dryden
Okay.
guards it. But for him to stay in this time, he will always be hunted. There are powers greater than him that would have that stone. We figure the best place to hide it is in the past. So, I love you both. And if you should ever need me, for whatever reason, just call. It has been the adventure of a lifetime to journey with you. And we saved this continent. And I fear there are troubles, maybe not greater, but different and varied, that all of this may have awoken. And it will need epic heroes such as yourselves to help, and maybe those heroes yet to come, who will be inspired by your stories. So I'll check in with you, on you. Maybe you get stuck in another situation with a wraith or something. Maybe I'll try and be there at the right time. But continue to adventure, my friends. Continue to have faith. Continue to have wisdom. And be brave. And don't let anyone tell you what to do.
Except Palladius.
Yeah.
I guess. With that, Nimblefoot, white-haired and much older than you mostly knew him, yet ironically as old as when you first met him, comes forward, takes both of you in a deep embrace, kisses you on the forehead, slaps your cheek.
Punches you in the face.
See you down the corridors of time, my friends.
I've heard that one before.
He steps back a few paces, looks up,
He's going to disappear.
and then Thor style, he's gone. That was an epic boon that Nimblefoot took. Was planar travel.
Yeah.
He can class it.
That's
He can class it
good.
every short rest.
Yeah.
You can go to
So
the
cool.
celestial plane.
Yeah, that's where he goes. What is in store for you for the next few 10 days? The family is restored and together. Everyone's safe at Onal Manor. Well, as safe as a manor can keep you all.
Gods and wolves.
Gods and wolves.
Let's expand it slightly to the next few moons, the next few months.
Okay, I'd like to find out where Jake is.
Jake is at Kirthdeep
Okay.
and is part of the council.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he is. I forgot about that. Wait, what else?
I'm gonna go to Kildudra.
Okay, well, we'll do that in the next one,
Okay.
because that's a biggie.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? 'Cause it sounds to me like maybe this is where you're not going to go with him to see Kildudra, do you think? Or
I think
Yeah.
he's gonna let you into the middle.
I don't think I'll go.
so what are you going to do? What path are you going to take?
Well, I mean, I have a few ideas, but are they for the next game?
Let's expand it to the next, the ensuing year.
Okay.
What is are there any big tasks or big things that you want to start?
I would like to have well, this is what I want to do. I hopefully will get some money from Elowin before he goes. 'Cause I have-
Money's not a problem.
Like,
Yeah, money's not a problem.
I want to construct a really, like thinking of the ceilings in Italy that we saw. I want to
Mm.
make just an amazing like cathedral temple to Palladius. Just like a massive one that's like welcome to everyone, and it just taking all design elements that I've seen from like all these shrines and temples of Palladius that I've visited, and the ones back in time, and like just throughout, you know, all of the things I've seen. I just want to make an amazing one.
Where do you want to build it?
That's the thing I was thinking
There's
about.
plenty of room on the smaller island that had the corrupted temple to Lathander.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And since it was a corrupted temple, it was never a temple to Lathander. It was just meant to appear to be.
Mhm.
Perhaps that could be a worthy place to cleanse.
Seems like a good place. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will do Hallow. That's why I want to find Jake, because I want to see if you might want to be involved in any
Okay.
way in making this, or
You're going to construct a cathedral the likes of which has never been imagined.
We're like a giant one. Like
just an amazing,
Like
massive
huge.
cathedral.
Just do
Okay.
a big statue of Palladius.
Alright, well, this is something that would span at least
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah.
But certainly in the first months, you begin. You begin just those faintest discussions
Mhm.
about what something like that might seem like. Could a bridge be built from the mainland across a vast, soaring, spanning bridge of silver to the island? And then something that could be seen from potentially scores, if not hundreds of miles away. A soaring dedication to justice.
Wonder of the world.
Yeah, perhaps. Okay, well that's something we'll explore in the next game.
I wanna before he leaves. I wanna get our Tarrasque stuff.
All right. Well, I'll say this: you have a quick visit to Edgehome, and you are honoured on arrival. And I'll say actually, Nimfoot doesn't leave until after this bit,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
and
So he is
probably he leaves you at Edgehome, right?
Yeah.
So you go to collect your weapons.
So
you have
I recall what they are. The shield is a shield that's meant to block fire very efficiently and has retain some of the Tarrasque nature of deflecting like some spells. Like the magic missile. And the sword is a Vorpal sword that at least looks like it's on fire. Might not be like an effect, but it looks.
I think we discussed that the fire aspect would be assigned to the shield, and I'll say for the amount of money and the amount of work that the dwarves have put in over the last few moons, last 100 days, let's roll. Okay. So when you are firstly, the reception at Edgehome is regal. You are welcomed as heroes to Edgehome for your work killing the Dunadorian. There is tapestry and sculpture and etchings in your honour and in your name. You are, because of the changes you made all the way back that have followed you through, you are heralded as Godbringer, as slayer of demons and beasts. You are heralded as not Magister, but Grand Magi. You are heralded as saviour of civilization with the first elves. He of great foresight. The future seer. And these gifts made from the Tarrasque are not as simply as just a scale cut into the shape of a shield or anything like this. These near artifact level power, though not quite artifact. These are undoubtedly legendary items, all of them. The sword is a +3 Vorpal that does a critical on a 19 or a 20.
Yeah.
Very
With a critical comes the severing of the head. And if such an action would kill a creature outright, it kills the creature outright.
Wait, what? So if I get a crit, it just.
If the creature could not survive without its head, it will die instantly.
Yes.
Whoa.
So something like a beholder that does not have a head will not be
Yeah.
cut, but it will be dealt a large portion of damage instead.
Well, yeah, you just, you crit.
Yeah.
+3 weapon.
That's three.
Now, because of the mithril silver combined with the white, perfectly white blade of this sword that also glows, with the platinum dragon head at the end of the pommel, and the wrappings around the sword almost made to look like a blindfold, like a wrapping of silver. It is the perfect honorary blade to your goddess, and it is not sentient, but with further, well, I'm not going to put too much on it. If you did use your divine intervention, you could imbue this sword with something that would take it beyond legendary.
Okay.
Because it has no additional powers beyond Vorpal
Yeah.
+3, which is still significant beyond measure. This is still insane. But it has no further powers
Right.
unless divine intervention over years is used.
Okay.
You have a near artifact sword. The shield is similarly beautiful and infers fire resistance and any targeting magic. There is a percentage chance, as per the Tarask stat block, that targeting magic such as disintegrate, magic missile, and the such like are reflected back at the caster.
Disintegrate. Who's gonna have the shield? Because I'm not sure if I have a thing.
Could always use it unless
Where I
if
can
we want to
do
get
it.
over a volcano, just put it on the lava. And
You can learn. We've got years to cover. So if you
Yeah.
want to learn shield fighting style to have that as well, we can build that in.
could just be like
Perhaps.
a hang on the mana wall, like you know in Skyrim.
Yeah.
And the daggers that Nimblefoot gets
Yeah.
are awesome.
What do they do?
They inflict psychic damage, further psychic damage on top of the normal damage that they inflict, and they're +3. They're freaking awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, so that is that. You get your weapons, edge home, give you several days of celebration, feast, and rapture before you head back to Girthton, to Vista Island, to decide on the next legs of your lives, not just your journeys, but your lives. You to begin the construction of a great cathedral, and you to meet with an old ally and start to explore magics the likes of which neither of you would have ever have dreamt of had you not intervened in the timeline the way you did. Magic that has been able to be kept alive, old elven magic. And also to learn of what future dangers may start to rear their heads. So, the totality of that took place over, I would say, about 2 months on your return. On Wednesday, we will have a shorter session to discuss future threats and to wrap up these characters and set them in the halls of fame of the Dungeons and Dragons